Ezra's birthday invite, and my hair's like this currently from the potion effects that I still have not actually had the benefit of. It's been a couple days since I sent a letter to the headmaster and as well to Professor Saren. Where's my meeting notes? So I'm still wanting to catch them. I haven't heard a response yet, but to meet with them. And I got the prince's birthday invitation, but I was told that the Crown Duchess was also sending me a letter, and it's been days. Prince Ezra mentioned it was to be a meeting. For some reason, she was the one calling the meeting and not the High Chancellor. But I still don't know when it is. I don't like the mail system. I really tried. Like, when she told me she was writing to me, I was keeping her informed on my location. I stayed on Academy grounds so she could give me the letter. And she did not. And here I am, still not entirely sure. And I'm really hoping that this is what I'm waiting for. So, Katarina, I hope this letter finds you well. I know we're already planning for an outing next week, which I am looking forward to. Although, in light of recent events, it would be beneficial for all the head heirs to meet and have a chance to discuss where we all stand, and also gives us a chance to bring up anything that may need to be discussed. If you are available, I was thinking this Friday, the 24th at 7:30 at Everthorne Standard Time, maybe a good time. Botany Club area. Really saved by the bell, huh? This is in 30 minutes. So she doesn't say exactly what the meeting is for. It's just a chance for us to discuss where we all stand. Where we all stand. Heir meeting. I don't even know what I would bring up. I think the Violet situation and us signing that book should be brought up, but fear that my attitude the other day may have soured a bit my relations with Bloodwyn, and if he really does not want to mention it, I will refrain, though I do think I can make a case to get the other two to agree. It's a shame that he didn't take me up on it prior. Let's see. With how many of my court are cursed at this point? And a lot of people were in Medbay when Daphne was cursed. I do think it's less secretive now. And so I do think it might be worth it to bring it up. Maybe I can be a bit more vague. Let's see. Concern over students being targeted. Curses. I don't know of any threats recently. Honor. Well, curses mainly, and then I guess I can give other examples if I need to, if I can think of any. Concern over we are one kingdom, even if we are competing. I think maintaining good relations and a positive image with each other and their courts is important for the future. Hope we can be in agreement that, because whoever's cursing us is likely other students, and I suspect it might be because we rose to second, and given that High Chancellor Cassian was trying to take Daphne's taglock, it might be him. So this might put him into a bit of a hot seat. I'm not going to be accusatory, but I'm going to speak out. Hope we can be in an agreement. That we should put the best intention for the kingdom first. and aim for the crown in a just manner. That is naive. I don't think we're going to go for the crown in a just manner, but if I can at least get the other core heirs to agree that yes, we agree that we shouldn't be using underhanded tactics, then should they be caught doing so or their court be caught doing so, it gives me leveraging power in the future. There's also the concern that my court might be caught doing so, but I think right now they're more fond of destruction of property. Okay. I should get my, let's see. I'm going to maybe I'm gonna make a separate book for this. Oh, that is not the right item. Okay. So that, and if I need to take any notes, I have this book at the ready. This one is for the headmaster and Saren. Where are my notes over? I'm gonna get these all put in here. Post club at, and these are the people who were at the adventuring club prior. And then Tavali's. And then we'll do Daphne's. Just so I'm not jumping between multiple books to relay things to the headmaster when talking about it. Oh, this isn't the Daphne curse. This is just her being hurt. So this is not curse related. So I'm gonna still put this in here for my conversation with Saren. When was this? She got cursed the day that they were trying to do the Katarina fan club, yes. So that would have been the 19th? Daphne. Hang on. Curses Daphne. Let's see, and that's April 19th. Underwent effects of a curse while staying in Medbay. A poison effect plaguing, ailing her. Upon inquiring, her curse protection poppet was apparently missing, so Tavali prepared her a new one. Related, when did the High Chancellor, it was early in the month, early into April, maybe the 3rd, Daphne frantically reported to me that the High Chancellor attempted to take her taglock, but obviously was denying it. Oh, more glowstone. I will take more glowstone. Yes. I can meet you somewhere. From my notice, it's just a hair color and eye color alteration for symptoms. There's Tavali's section. Suspect it is less curse and more corruption related, according to others. Need to speak with her. Is that the dates? Oh, I don't have this dated. I should. This was also very recent. This was recent, 2 weeks ago. Weeks ago. So Tavali was first. Daphne's taglog was attempted taken. Okay. I might need to arrange this into a more systematic order. Yes, I will head that way. Another thing is we're having this meeting today and my hair is blonde. It's fine. I look like my father. I think the shade is a bit different. I think Tavali had perhaps father's exact shades. Mine seems a bit darker, but it's still close enough to make me think that I look like him. I think if only me and Tavali had these symptoms at the same time, I think he would be rather happy to see his children look like him. I think he likes us as we are, of course, but I think all folk have an ego. Say in front of the library or at the library? At the library. So we will meet here. If I were to sort this... Greetings.
Greetings. So I have 5.5 stacks.
Thank you, that is very much appreciated.
I managed to make a machine so I can automate the production of glowstone dust.
I see, well that is certainly helpful. I know that even if I do have extra from this, that with Lady Luciale and Lady Daphne building their houses, that they're also going to be high demands of glowstone.
Indeed. Well, do you mind if I take a picture for the photo album that I've gathered?
That is fine. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm glad to see you're not having any odd side effects that some people have had. Very good luck.
Thankfully, no, because I wasn't aware I had a meeting today, but I have a meeting today. So,
Oh.
At the very least, it's just a physical appearance change and not something else.
Indeed. I have a prototype of the final hair-changing potion. Managed to, at least, I think, get it down. I plan on testing that today. It should be just a simple hair-changing potion that will last a day. Then I'll make a stronger one that would last 2 days. And it would wear off as you sleep.
I see, just in time for the prince's costume party.
I did have to rush it a bit for that, but hopefully it works today.
Yes, that certainly would be interesting to have in the future.
Yes, I know it was requested by Lady Blackwood for Lady Vendetta's project.
Just in case you have heard, but I haven't, have any more of my court members been cursed by chance? In the past 2 days, I suppose. I think I'm updated on anything before that.
No, not from what I've seen.
All right. Apologies. I just know from the other ones you've seemed to have been informed fairly quickly due to your expertise, so.
Yes, I at least cleansed one of them. Checked the other. It's well, I'm glad at least some people are coming to me for this sort of thing. Gives me something to help with.
I am going to depart. I need to finish putting my notes together for this meeting, but it was a pleasure talking to you.
You as well. I'll stock up on more glowstone and let you know when I have more.
Wonderful, thank you. And do let me know if you come up with something that you need, and I will try to prepare it for you.
I'll let you know.
Will I be the first one? The book says at Botany. Is it weird for me to be the first one there? Botany Club area. I will, I suppose, head there then. Let me see. I hope my letter has reached you. If you would have availability today, I would like a meeting. I hope my letter reached you. I am hoping to have a meeting with you today regarding some information.
Good evening.
Greetings.
I love what you did with your hair.
Ah, yes, potion experiment.
Ah,
Still trying to experience the world properly, and it seems to not want me to.
I see. Well, it looks very nice, though.
Thank you.
I had just run into Prince Ezra, and he was going to freshen up before coming over here.
I see. Hope he doesn't run late then.
I hope not. I guess he was just going to be in a minute. Quite unsure, but I have not seen the High Chancellor yet, though.
I've not either. On my way here, I only spoke to Lord Leonidas. I have not ran into others.
Yes, I think the prince was the first one that I had ran into. Or the only one, really. Well, how have you been?
just dealing with my court dealings and working on kingdom building.
I feel that. I'll probably work a bit on that after this meeting.
What do I say? Because I'm not the biggest fan of the mail. I feel like I get my mail very late most of the time. That's why I try to hand deliver.
Yeah, I don't blame you one bit.
Greetings.
Good evening.
Hello, good to see you both.
You as well. I think we're just waiting on the prince now.
Yeah, should we make a group, perhaps?
Yeah, we can go ahead and make a group.
Apologies, I had taken the potion experiment prior to getting mailed the meeting.
I hardly recognized you, to be honest. I was a little confused at first, but now that I'm looking closer, I mean, it's obvious who you are. Wow, that's so embarrassing.
No, I took on, it seems, I
It's good
have
to
my
see you,
father's
Katarina.
coloring this time, so it's good to see you as well.
Oh, did the purple come from your mother then?
To an extent, I suppose. Seven, I think, looks the most like our mother, and then me and Tavali have, I guess, distant relative genes more mixed in.
I see. Well, very interesting. It looks very good.
Thank you.
I agree.
I'll let him know there's a group. We're in a group.
I figured.
Welcome in.
This chair is doing things to me.
Oh.
Hello? What is happening?
I
It
don't
would seem
know.
Sol Katarina has offered you her chair.
No, I just
Sorry,
didn't know
like,
if it was
The
because
chair
chairs
had like
are
a
too close.
pull on me. I don't. I sat down and it like locked my body in a place. And
That's
then
usually how
okay,
a chair
I think I'm free.
works,
You
doesn't
can pick up
No, I
the
couldn't
chair
move
and put it
my-
back down.
it? Ah. Oh. Oh.
Maybe.
Well.
Well, I'm
Seems fine.
glad you're here.
Mhm.
It seems it's a bit overdue since we all sat down and had a chat together.
I agree.
In fact, I think that Mirelle had something she wanted to say, so I will take the back seat.
I just think that this gives us an opportunity to meet. We are all here. So I figured having a discussion, getting anything out into the open, given recent events, would be good. I know I have spoken with both of you kind of one-on-one, but if we wanted to all talk together, kind of, I guess, clear up anything, and also just bring to the table anything that may need to be discussed between the four of us.
Sure. So I may start. The incident, the document that I've brought forward to each of you, has... Unfortunately, it was a matter that I needed resolution on, as it is ultimately a member of our court, and we have pursued alternative solutions. And I'd like to, I suppose, just take that off the table. We don't need to worry about it any further, and we can focus on the larger issues that I believe command more of our concern outside of Everthorne.
Very well. Well, anyone else wish to bring, I guess, anything prominent up before?
I owe the two of you an apology. I don't know how much Mirelle explained to you, but the book that recently circulated the campus was released quite some weeks ago internally within Court Cinderloon, specifically in Emberhold. There was a great deal of unrest over the goings-on at Everthorne Academy. People feel that things are being... well, you know how people can get when their way of life is threatened. And I requested Mirelle's assistance on assuaging some of those concerns for my citizens. Gar Ondine has long been a target of political attack within Emberhold. Our people have not always historically gotten along. My mother was quite antagonistic to Mirelle's father. Nevertheless, I admit that I should have probably given you both a heads up. While it was never meant to circulate here, it did mention both of your courts by name, and especially knowing that you likely didn't have all of the information at the time that the document was circulating, I feel bad putting you in such a position.
It was certainly a jarring read, even if it was only to be distributed to your court, directly addressing mine, and more of a, seemed like a public persuasion to us wasn't appreciated, especially since, you're right, we didn't have all the information prior to it, and it pushing for us to publicly declare support. In Mirelle, we border Cerulean, and our area does have a lot of water. So if Gar Ondine did take offense to us publicly showing support, I am directly endangering my entire region. So, should things in the future happen, I would like to be discussed with prior, or you can talk to the Solus himself.
I understand your concern. Once again, it was meant to circulate within our borders. I don't know why it became so widespread. The call for Solmera and Bloodwind to join our cause and agree with us was not supposed to be a call to you specifically, but a signal to those within Emberhold that we desire unity. Sorry it came across as anything else for you.
Is there any reason it took until, I suppose, an all-hands meeting here for it to be addressed? I mean, this was allowed to circulate for some time. Is there any reason you didn't reach out sooner?
I mean, how soon would you have liked me to reach out? We set up a meeting, the two of us, as soon as we were made aware, truthfully. I never heard from either of you directly that there were issues. I had to hear through the gossip machine of the school.
As Sol Katarina mentioned, it directly pinning both of our courts, it was a matter that we had to address, and a matter that, as she put it, seems like a attempt at persuading our courts to, I suppose, be on the same page as the book, as to call for us to say something. So it's something that we had to address quite immediately. I suppose it just doesn't sit entirely right with me that nothing could have been said sooner. Obviously, as Sol Katarina said, before would have been great, but I suppose I can't know what's going on internally to understand fully why it would have taken until an in-person meeting here. Even a brief letter reaching out early to say, perhaps, well, the explanation that this was only for internal circulation.
I agree. There should be more communication between the four of us, and I appreciate the invitation to this conversation today. I have not reached out to any of you as much as perhaps I should, including you, Mirelle, though we do have an alliance. I agree that we should all be doing better to reach out to each other.
I agree. I think it's best to take the opportunity while we're here.
Indeed.
I think going forward, if anything like that were to come up or anything similar, we could definitely learn from this and know how to proceed better in the future.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind my asking, where do the two of you stand now? I'm sure the information about Gar's actions has reached your ears by now.
Despite speaking with the Crown Duchess herself, she still did not give me all the information.
Likewise.
Well, the things I can say, which I believe I may have vaguely touched on, I cannot recall, about Professor Cribton's family. That her were slain. There was about 16 of them. The blame of that was put on a fringe house, as most bad deeds are. They try to blame them because they are not loyal to the court. I'm trying to think of what else that I have recently heard that my father is taking into custody
I'm aware of the mind control concerns, but I'd rather her confess to
that,
it rather
yes,
than continue
are-
holding back information.
should not, to show his power within the court, that are seemingly not following or whatever it may be. One that was close to me was taken custody, and he has since held that over my head their life. There is also the matter of people within my court that have been harmed based on orders that he has given. So it's just a number of things. There are still things that I cannot outwardly say.
And you shouldn't be expected to. There is, however, a laundry list of violent actions in the wake of that man, and I'm surprised the two of you haven't heard of them, truthfully.
I'd rather hear things directly to ensure their validity rather than just only go off of rumors.
Very understandable.
But no, my stance has not changed. I have to protect the lives of the people in my region. My region itself is not very combat-oriented, and combat isn't just a risk of them losing in a battle, it's losing their minds even if they win the fight. And as I mentioned, me bordering cerulean means that should a region be invaded first because of us speaking out, it's going to be mine.
Very understandable. You have to do what is best for your court, your people.
Mm-hmm. I mentioned this to you before, Crown Duchess, but as you are still recognized as the Crown Duchess in your court and the rightful heir of it, because your title has not been stripped, as it stands, you have the power to ultimately take over. So, I don't see a need to outwardly support something that is already existing.
It is similar here with Bloodwin. Even if I had the power to, I suppose, stand Bloodwin up in support of Cerulean, I I still have to answer for everybody within the court. I would need to have reason, solid evidence, paper trails. Well, I agree that Ondine's actions are horrific and violent. I don't know if it is enough to state a entire public. I don't know if I can, I suppose, convince my entire court off of what is currently, at least to me, word of mouth. Well, we have a standing force of knights. They are not designed or equipped exactly for war. They are a force throughout the people. Well, it is not fully off the table by any means, as I don't think that it is fair to leave you entirely in the dark, or to say that you will never have my support, but as of now, I just don't think there is enough that I can bring to a people, and the most that I can do is speak with, I suppose, the sovereign back home and see if we can perhaps make preliminary training for the knights. Should this rise further, should this become enough of a concern, should this not be addressed any sooner, should it scale to something all of us need to meet upon again and make firm action, our knights will at least be ready, should I be able to speak with the sovereign, my father, and get this plan through. But as of now, that's, I believe, the most I can offer.
Well, thank you. I know we had talked when I had discussed with you both, so thank you again for taking the time to hear it. So,
Of course.
It seems that we are all aligned in more ways than we might expect on first glance. None of us wants war, from the sound of things.
no, most definitely not.
If it comes down to it and there are people you need to protect, I do already have a branch of the Caribbean family staying in Solmera. So if it's a matter of that, it's something I can help with.
That is good to know. Thank you. Speaking of, I guess, how we align, I was just curious because I know these questions had popped up. I had been asked it recently on how my ruling would look, and I was curious if what that looks like for you all if you were to take the crown at the end of this school year.
It's probably about time we all shared that information with each other. I agree.
Suppose I don't take... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, obviously, some of our courts have more similar ruling styles, and then your court has one very different. There would need to be a transition period should I ascend the throne, nor would I look to strongly oppose or impose my own way of thinking on all the courts. I would want to not keep the Thorned Concord necessarily, but still keep the heads of each region, because at least in Solmera's case, even when we had a queen, even prior to us joining Everthorne, when we were still a separate independent area ourselves, we've always had a Solus and we always will. And given the size of the kingdom, I would keep that council to overlook. Suppose if you were to think on kingdom structures, how underneath a queen, typically it's dukes and downwards. Of course, everyone keeping their respective titles that they have currently. But networking out that way. And Solmera is very much, we have high expectations of our nobility. If they cannot care for the people beneath them, they do not get to keep their titles. If they cannot use their assets appropriately, they don't keep their titles. Which is, I understand, extreme to some, So I wouldn't impose it right away, but that would ultimately be the feature that I would see to ensure that no one is abusing their power and that everyone is properly cared for.
Well, I definitely agree with some of that.
I'm sure there's much more depth to it in terms of actual logistics, but
Mhm.
surface level, it sounds very noble.
Yes, we have it logistically sorted out for Solmera as is, so it would just be transferring things over time in a way that won't step on toes, I suppose, because I think the worst thing to do would be someone to take the crown and immediately a region revolt because they impose their beliefs on the others.
I agree.
Agree. Should Bloodwin win and I take the throne at the end of the year here, I believe that she shares a lot of the beliefs that I do. Bloodwin is based on respect, first and foremost, and that is the only belief I suppose we would impose. I don't take a large issue with most of how things run currently. I believe that perhaps we need to update it for current times. Perhaps we need to make sure the needs of each court are met more appropriately. But I believe that things would stay largely the same, and we would make sure that everyone has a voice and everyone is heard. And whatever changes we need to make are a step we all take. Something we are all able to do, something we are all able to agree to an action plan for. And I think that no matter which one of us wins, we are in a very lucky position, no matter what. We've all had this academy to bond and grow closer. I think that we will, in time, have better communications, better team unity in a way, than anyone on our positions beforehand. I think that we all have the responsibility for our people already to lead them to a brighter future day by day. And I think that we have the very unique opportunity that no one before us has had. And we'd be foolish not to take it and use it to the fullest.
I agree.
As do I, actually. You said something interesting.
I hoped so.
Yes. I obviously, compared to the three of you, the court of Sindraloon is a bit out of place. We do not have a family line, though I am a Nepo baby. Still, you said make decisions together. Move forward together. A decision we can all agree on. Do you truly mean that?
How would you
If
expect I
you-
don't, I suppose?
If you
I
won
likely
the
fumbled
crown,
my
you would
answer,
listen
didn't
to the opinions of the three of us on what you would like to do next.
Indeed. I think that whoever is in the position of the crown needs to. I mean, everyone is going to provide, I suppose, unique perspectives. Everyone's going to know how to manage their court best. If I'm overlooking, of course, Bloodwin I would know how to handle, but there would be a different sovereign in my place. But I can't pretend that I know what is best for Cerulean, what is best for Sindraloon, what is best for Solmera. So decisions need to come from all four courts. If someone is overseeing all of them, I don't think that it is fair, I suppose, to then swing the hammer just blindly off of what they think they know. I'm not saying that should Mirelle wish to, would be a good example, perhaps expand region into uncharted territory to better her civilization, her court's development. I'm not saying that that is something that we would all have to agree on, but if it were a matter such as what's coming up here with Gar, we can all perhaps come to a conclusion on that. If it is something that affects everybody, if it is something that affects the entire kingdom, then that shouldn't be in exclusively one person's hands.
I will say the issue with the Thorn Concord is by making it equal decisions among the courts, is that's why nothing has been done the past couple centuries.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I believe we have the power to set precedent. We're all much closer than I believe anyone on the Thorn Concord has been, just by the ability to be around each other on a consistent basis here. So I believe we'll already have a running start, and we have a good few decades at minimum ahead of us to figure out how to make sure that future generations are set up with the same podium, the same opportunities to actually connect on more than a vague professional level a few times a year.
Definitely agree. I know my idea of should I guess, win the crown if Cerulean wins. I have been trying to figure out what that would look like exactly. My father definitely has his ways that he has kind of wanted for me to do over the years, but I agree. I think the Thorn Concord, with it being an even number, is things just don't get done as they should. But I want all the courts to have a voice, for their culture, their beliefs to be respected and heard. And I think having an uneven amount instead, so whoever wins, if they vote in this person as a tiebreaker, I don't know a better word for it, whether it be king, queen, or some kind of fifth party, but still have a council to get every region's voices heard, every court's voices heard, their needs, their wants, and then vote on it together, decide on these things together. So
I'm always happy to hear the word voting.
Yes. Having an even number of courts is quite the downfall sometimes.
That's why having a council and having
True.
the queen make the final decision is what gets things done.
My plan, should Court Cinderloon win, has evolved a few times. I think currently I have no desire to wear a crown. I don't know how you do it. And personally, I would not like to see my children or my children's children wear a crown either. I would happily hear any suggestions as to the best path forward should Court Cinderloon win. But it will not be with a monarchy.
Do you plan to impose taking away nobility and such of the other regions?
No. You can govern your own areas as you see fit. Truth be told, I think we're all aligned on that. I think the disagreement, well, I don't even know if there is a disagreement, but I think that the minutia of what we are going to have to figure out, regardless of who wins, is how we structure the top, the Everthorne.
Very true. Well, I think this talk has definitely given me a peek into what we all think on should we win, what the future would look like. That's pretty much all that I guess needed to say. Is there anything else anyone would like to bring up or
I
talk
do.
about?
But prior to that, I do want to give further insight on my thought process. I know most of you mentioned wanting to, you would have the council and such, and I mentioned a council as well. The reason why I wouldn't have it to be voting necessarily is because ultimately I am suspicious of people in general. I know that when I make decisions, if I'm queen, I'll be making decisions that are going to be best for the entire region. I'm confident in my ability to be neutral. I'm confident in my ability to look at the objective facts. And that's why, on my preference of it, is I would take that weight. And if I do mess up, I do acknowledge that ultimately it's likely my life will be forfeit. But that is the risk I'm willing to accept and take on when it comes to wearing a crown.
Is he?
For the other matter I want to bring to attention is safety of students. I am going to talk to the headmaster about this as well. Some of you might already be aware, some of you might not. At least in my court, we have had 4 different students be cursed in the past week and a half.
Cursed?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
So, more of a, if you don't already have curse protection puppets, I recommend getting your court them, just in case. I hope that we've had this conversation and wanting to get on the same page of things. I hope that we are all on the same page of wanting to go about this competition for the crown fairly. Ultimately, we are one kingdom, and while we are competing, whoever wins the crown is going to do their best if those around them are supportive of them. And I think if we are in agreement that should any of our court members be determined to be the one cursing, or other, it doesn't have to be cursing necessarily, but purposely sabotaging, I suppose, other courts, playing dirty might be the term for it. I hope that we are mature enough to not be doing so. Especially when it comes to the safety of students.
I'm sure everyone at this table is, but I think we can all think of at least one student within our court that we're internally hoping it wasn't them.
Mm-hmm. I will say of the 4, one of them currently, with the information I've been told, it might not have been anyone at the academy. Obviously, the others might also not be at the academy. It might simply be a third party at play. That's why I'm just warning caution, but overall, I just hope that that is not to be normalized. To be completely honest, the reason why I am so suspicious, as I mentioned, of people in general is how I've been raised around the nobility of my court, and witnessing other nobility is typically things that there's hidden intentions to everything. And I don't want those hidden intentions to hurt people who did nothing to deserve it. 2 of the court members that got coerced of my court quite literally have done nothing but be kind to others at the academy. So I found that very unpleasant.
As would I. I truly hope that it would be no one at this academy. I wish it was not someone outside the academy either, because that is unfortunate to deal with either way, but thank you for the heads up, and I will be sure to be on the lookout for that as well.
If you need any assistance getting the materials for protection poppets, let us know.
I believe everyone in my court has one now. I have to inquire someone who's more educated on the topic, because one of my court members had one and it vanished and then they got cursed. So I'm not entirely sure what's at play there. I was not well enough informed on magic. That's why I want to meet with Professor Saren and the headmaster.
So it vanished. Did it break? Because I know if
Potentially.
you use... I know you can get mending on them. Had the one for fall damage, I guess, and it kept breaking. So I did put mending on it, but I don't even know how to make them.
I'm hoping it's a case of perhaps for some reason they misplaced it, and it's not a case of there is some way to go around the poppet's protection.
I don't think there
sure
is.
hope not.
I will say, I recently learned about poppet shelves, and I highly recommend them. Apparently, if you put a poppet on a poppet shelf, it can protect you without you having to carry it everywhere.
Oh.
I see.
Although, obviously, that makes it susceptible to somebody stealing it, but
Right.
hide it somewhere. You know, put it at your kingdom building area. Make them really work for it.
Good to know. Because that was going to be my concern, is someone could just walk up and grab it, but
I had the same concern when I was informed.
well, anything else?
Not that I can think of.
No, the curse was the only thing I really had on my book to bring up at the meeting.
Well, hopefully the headmaster and Professor Saren can get something figured out with that as well.
Hopefully.
Well, I guess if there's nothing else, then that's all I have.
Very well.
Thank you all
Well.
again for meeting.
Of course, thank you for the invitation. I hope we do this again very soon.
I agree. Maybe.
Perhaps a regular cadence to set these up with could be a good start. Even just once
Agreed.
monthly, I think, would go as far ahead.
I agree. I can even bring snacks or tea or something.
We're talking about a party.
Yeah, I could also bring some traditional
like-
foods.
And with some lighthearted stuff, you know?
Yeah, hopefully we get to the lighthearted stuff soon.
Well, there's a party tomorrow.
I was going to say, I don't know
Oh,
if this is the right tone, but did you all receive your invites?
I
Yeah.
did. I haven't actually read it yet, but I did get it.
You
You know,
ruined me.
the absurd thing is, I got your party invitation prior to getting the invitation from the Crown Duchess. So, I know
I-
she sent the
there
letter
was
before
some-
you had those invitations
Well,
written.
At least you got an invite.
Okay, well, I was talking to you face to face.
Well,
It's okay. It's something we'll make sure gets covered in the future. But no,
Yeah.
I made
Yeah.
a little bit of a call to the groundskeeper from the dorm roof with my invites, so I believe that I got it express shipped.
Oh, did
um,
that cost extra? Or
No, I just dumped a bunch of the invites into a chest on the roof. I asked for them to be delivered to all the courts
oh,
and said, "Oh, groundskeeper, my groundskeeper," or something along those lines. And honestly, forgot to check back in on it, but if
Twirled in front of the mirror 3 times.
slept shirtless.
Oh.
That might have done it.
Ah, that does the trick.
I suppose I do have a request. If there are important letters that you need to get to me, I ask that they are either given to me or a member of my court to put in my mail, simply because I know you told me you had wrote it days ago, and I got this in my mail when I woke up today, around an
Oh.
hour prior to this meeting.
good to know. Okay, yes,
Mhm.
I will.
Well,
It's
I'm
not
glad
the-
you were able to make it.
Yeah, it's not the first time I get given things with a date and time, and I'm only getting them day of.
Yes, I have had that happen quite often, actually.
Terrible shame. Our mail's usually on time.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
The
I'm
groundskeeper
as surprised
might
as
be a
you are.
demon. Good to know.
I
he's
didn't
got
see any
his favorite.
horns, but he does
That
wear
is-
a really big hat. So
And he
maybe
danced
that's
with
why.
Dante and nobody else.
You might be onto something, Ezra. All right. Well,
good points. Good
I don't know.
points.
He hasn't spoken to me, so I don't think it's going to give us any sort of edge, sadly. Ah, what a pity.
Well, yes, I look forward to the party.
I look forward to seeing you all there.
Yeah,
I have to figure out
excited to
a
celebrate.
costume.
How old are you turning?
Yesterday turned.
Ah, happy belated then. Excuse me.
Yes,
Happy
unfortunately, I figured it wasn't the best time to host a party on a Wednesday night. Weekends just work better for people.
Understandable. Well, how old are you?
Well, maybe
You
that's
have to
my
think
secret for the
about
party.
it.
Okay.
Look, we've got something planned with the big number.
Oh, I see, I see.
It's
Well,
part of
I
the
look forward
surprise.
to learning. Yeah.
I'm also just shocked you don't know my age already. You know,
It would just be
I'll take that
embarrassing
back.
to
I
get
don't
it
think I-
wrong.
Yeah, I don't. Are we supposed to know how old you are?
well, I mean, I suppose a general idea. I know Cassian's in his late 40s.
Yeah,
Huh?
close. Late 50s.
Round
Oh.
up, you know.
Yeah.
You don't look a day over 72.
Well, I'm not, but
Day over
thank
71,
goodness.
probably not either, but
Okay, well, as sad as it is, I should probably go. I still need to prepare my potions for mob studies. But
sorry.
I look forward to the next meeting, and I'm glad to hear that at least surface level, most of our intentions are aligned.
Mhm.
Should we win?
Great.
All right. Well,
Well.
see any of you that are going in mob studies.
Yes.
You shall not
Farewell.
be seeing me. I have a meeting.
I
Oh.
brown eyes suit you. At least with the blonde.
They're gold.
Sorry, I didn't get that close a look, but it is the first thing I noticed. Oh, bow.
I was passing through. I did not expect to see you here.
Hi. I'll let you get
Hello.
to your meeting
Yes, I.
and let me know
Farewell.
when you can talk.
assume she's in her office. Knock, knock. Oh, hello.
Hello. I believe the headmaster will also be making an appearance, given that it seems you also had a meeting with him.
Oh, that works out. Two birds with one stone. Although I suppose some things I might say to him might be not relevant to you, and some of the things I say to you might not be relevant to him. But
Sure, but I... Okay.
it seems the sun wanted to disrupt the meeting.
Well, we can wait for the headmaster, but the things that just concern me, might as well talk about those first. I imagine it's having to do with the curses.
That's actually for both of you. I have a book with all the information too.
We are aware of the curses.
Mm-hmm. I just also want to go over them because I think I should have some involvement with it. And I
Okay.
have dates, those who are around them, that stuff of that nature.
Well, the dates alone is very helpful.
Mm-hmm. So, this is actually concerning Daphne. Did she actually make you aware of the fact that she was injured like she was supposed to? Or was that
I
something...
found out.
But she didn't tell you.
She didn't have to. I noticed quite quickly and confronted her about it.
Mm-hmm. I was standing in front of her and told her to miss a view, and it appears she didn't then. Did she tell you how she got injured?
Now, I don't actually remember. I was a bit angry at the fact that she was so injured.
I'm
So,
angry.
I'm a bit blind.
The fact of it is that she decided to remove all of her armor and run off school grounds. The reasoning she ran off the school grounds and took off her armor is apparently because she was losing at Connect 4. When she is better recovered, I am going to very thoroughly lecture her for not considering her safety and how that affects those around her. But I thought you should be aware of all of that regarding her, because it's just, from a professional and personal level, it's just unacceptable. But it seems a lot of members of our court enjoy just disarming themselves entirely.
Some of that seems familiar.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be stricter with it, I suppose. I was already trying to be strict with it, but I suppose I'm going to have to be less nice strict and more mean strict.
Well, truly, any happenings in Court Solmera are technically your responsibility.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And
so I do encourage you to handle everything in-house.
That's what I'm doing. It's more so I'm informing you because she's your sister.
No, yes, I do appreciate that. And if you want to inform me of any sort of mishappenings, then I am more than willing to listen to them and offer advice or even help if you really do require it.
I have to think exactly how I want to go about it still, and how to continue it.
Right.
But both her and Lady Lizzaylia And then I've
Yes.
noticed Tavali's been wearing iron armor. So, and then I was told, I haven't seen Lord Mateo not wear his armor, but I've been told he also does it. So it's all of them. I'm going to probably call a court meeting sometime soon. But yes, mainly was mentioning that for Lady Daphne. And I'm likely to get stern, virgin mean with Lady Daphne regarding it. I'm just waiting for her to not be so injured when I
Right.
do.
Yes. And, I will support whatever you decide on doing. I've already told Tavali and Luciala to look after her. Not that, to be honest, I really trust that, but
No, they're also the ones that aren't wearing their armor.
of course. But at the time, I really did not have any options. It was more so in the moment, keeping her on school grounds and from overexerting herself.
That's fair enough. I think for
She's a
what
very
they lack
passionate person.
concern for their own safety, they do have concerns for other safety. So I think it does work to an extent, them watching her.
Yes.
I don't think all of them are going to simultaneously decide that they're going to go lava dipping or something without armor. It's when they're alone that they veer off.
Yes.
Less serious thing, just wanted to check in with you on it. For kingdom building, do you want a estate plot?
I don't require it, but I would certainly make some use of it.
I can get that situated in for you. I know that so far we have built large. Would you be wanting to build your own manor if you were given a plot, or would you like it to be something that we work on?
If you do not want to work on it, I could hire a contractor. I am a bit too busy to build my own, but if you wish to do it, then I will not argue with that.
I will try to get situated. I will say it's going to be lower on priority, just because when it kingdom building assignments, we haven't had an assignment to give in for the noble housing yet. So it's not high on my priority list. I just wanted to ensure that I had a spot for you should you wanted one.
All right. No real pressure there.
And the other thing that is for you, this is actually me apologizing. I apologize for my horrendous display in Royal Code. I did already speak to Professor Cribden.
Yes,
For what
Professor
it's
Cribden
worth,
did fill me in.
yes, I was earnestly trying to work with what we had for it, and I got to the point where prior to submitting our items, I asked the prince to come take my blood, and I was going to put my own blood on the table. But he, for some reason, was unable to, I suppose. But yes, the strawberry tea in my comment was not made out of ignorance. It was my ego. I did not want to admit to the fact that we had nothing for Bloodwin when I was asked to speak about our table, so I opted to go along with it in hopes that no one, at least in the moment, called me out for it. I knew I was going to get called out for it afterwards.
I see. Well, it isn't the first project that will be banquet related, so you will get a chance to redeem yourself.
I adore hosting banquets. I just don't host them with 20 minutes and limited items.
You would never have something so last minute, but this was a chance to really test your problem-solving skills more than just banquet planning.
Mm-hmm. If I was ever told to actually host a proper banquet and I had 20 minutes to prepare, I fear that I would suddenly be ill. Not really. That's a jest. I would make it work.
Understandable.
But that's also horrible. I don't think I should ever be... I don't think I'll ever be in a situation
Yes.
where that's going to happen, because that is passing so many hands of lack of planning. But
Yes,
no.
well, it will. It's not necessarily that that situation would ever happen, but it was an important test.
Mm-hmm. Pressure, the trading and such. So I do acknowledge that we certainly fell short, and I will take responsibility on that front.
Yes, well, there's something to be said about you willing to at least admit to your own ego and hubris.
Just was not willing to admit it in the moment. I admit the
Yes,
ego
it
is still
is
too
hard
big to do it in
admit
front of
the
my
moment
peers.
regardless. But even doing so later shows some integrity. Something that is admirable of a noble of your status.
Yes, since it was Bloodwind that we, in all technicality, slighted with not having anything for them to consume, I am hosting a blanket specifically for them. So
That's quite nice of you. Even
yes.
though no one actually was eating that food.
It's
Well,
the
that's not true.
manner
It
of
did
it,
get...
and the prince
gets
had a
sent to
meeting
the
with me
meeting.
afterwards, so I was already planning to do the banquet prior to him wanting to meet, but I also just like banquet planning, so it does play into it. It is for my own enjoyment.
Yes, Colt Solmera has hosted many successful banquets over the years.
Mm-hmm. And that's why it was such a hit to my ego, not doing well on the assignment.
It's alright. There will be a chance to redeem yourself. I'm not so sure the headmaster is coming. You may have been taken by his sister.
I see. Where is my... Oh, this one has it. Let's see. So, the thing that was going to be for both of you jointly, then, is the curses. You mentioned you already filled in to an extent. Let me
I was filled in quite extensively.
Okay. So you know of Mateo, Felix, Tavali, and Daphne.
Daphne. Yes, and they're all cursed with misfortune.
Regarding Tavali's, I need to meet and speak with her more extensively. I had asked her earlier in the year to keep me updated on the corruption she's been researching, and she hasn't outwardly come to me with anything, so I figured she was going about it fine. But I heard from another source that there is at least some suspect that her curse is likely tied to the corruption, or has a chance to be tied to it, rather than being someone potentially on school grounds itself.
Right, well, it wouldn't necessarily surprise me, given how close in proximity your dorm is to a corruption.
Mm-hmm. I actually had... The concern has lightened a little bit, but when Daphne was having her... I guess the best word to describe it was mental breakdown, and at the same time, Lizzaylia was missing, and prior to going missing, is all that was happening. The corruption is closest to their dorm room, so I don't know if it has anything to do with that, but I feel like Daphne has returned to normal, so maybe not. Related to Daphne, she's the most recent one to be cursed. I imagine it would have been someone, because she was in medbay, I believe. Yeah, she was in medbay when the curse happened. Her tag lock was attempted taken by the High Chancellor. He's obviously going to refute it, and he has witnesses backing up saying that he didn't do it, but his two witnesses are members of his own court.
Well, we also have witnesses saying that he has been taking quite a few tag locks.
Oh, I see. His solution to it, to appease me, was to give me his tag lock. I burned it in front of him because I didn't want him to give it to me, him to go get cursed, and then him to pin it on me. So I burnt that right in front of him.
Right, well, rest assured that is being handled on its own.
I see.
And then if it is connected to the curses, then the punishment will be exactly as deserved.
I am going to just make a copy of this book. It has the details on the dates and the details I have regarding the curses, just so you can have the book rather than me relaying it to you.
Very well.
There's also a section that isn't curse related. It was just my report I had taken with Daphne being in the med bay. Let me make sure I don't have any of my own personal notes in here still. And I'm going to take out the section that is for the headmaster, which isn't sensitive information. Right. It's apologizing for the fact that Daphne has taken to renovating the medbay in her medbay room.
Everyone does it.
Lizzaylia lost points for it, so I'm going to apologize in advance and promise that it gets fixed. So, precaution. I need to sign this. That's what I'm trying to do. They're also apparently starting I say apparently as if I wasn't there when they were talking about it. Lady Daphne and the others are trying to make a Katarina fan club. So. Did I just give you the right one? I think I gave you the right one. It says meeting notes, because that's what my book initially was called.
Meeting with Seren. Curses. Matteo, Felix, Tavalli, Daphne. More details in journal. Daphne's injuries and recklessness. Apologize for the horrible display in class.
And then it has the
curses. Matteo. Yes, okay. This is everything.
Yeah, and the very end is what has her initially entering Mudbay. Though it's not completely up to date now because I believe she has more extensive injuries with her shoulder. But that wasn't determined when I was with her yet. Well, I suppose I'll have to schedule a meeting with the headmaster another day then.
Likely so. But thank you for this book. I will have to check everyone's stories during these times.
Mm-hmm. I will say, while I wrote down who was around them prior to the cursing, when I was talking to them about it, like Matteo and Felix, they don't think it was anyone that was around them, in their honest opinion.
Right, well, these tag locks could be taken at any time.
Mm-hmm. They're more so just were written down, so I had it written, but I don't expect it greatly to be one of the names listed, because I think the name in common is actually Lady Riley, and to my knowledge, her and Lord Matteo, they are in the same club. I think they're rather close. I don't see her cursing him.
I definitely don't think they're antagonistic of each other.
Mm-mm. Yes, I just wanted to clear that up because I don't want, because her name's the only common one, right, for her to get suspicion when I don't think it was her.
No, I do not either. Well, thank you for the meeting. I believe we have sorted some things.
Yes. If I get any more information, I will certainly inform you. I think that's everything I have currently. Does Tavalli keep you updated with her corruption research?
Every now and then.
All right. Then when I get an update from her, if it's stuff that you do not know, I will leap you in as well.
If there's any new developments, do let me know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, farewell then.
All right.
Wrong way. This way. Okay. Is it raining? I don't think it's raining. Well, I did need to loop Professor Saren in on things. The headmaster was the one I really wanted to speak to. What are our points at? I still have to work on that horse presentation. I want to see the points. They have not been updated yet. Seems Professor Gribden did inform Professor Saren about the talk we had. If the prince could respond, I can get going on the homework assignment for equestrian instead. Pardon? Oh. Pardon? Why are they both there? Greetings.
Greetings. Make a space. It's, I suppose, much less formal. I wanted to, I suppose, just check in on how you felt after the meeting. And also just check in general, out of a non-professional sense.
Well, I got my verification that should the High Chancellor get the crown, he's not going to impose restructuring on Solmera, so that's a relief. I certainly suppose I should have been more prepared for the question on what we would do with the crown. I have thought about it, but I got a bit caught off guard, I suppose, so my wording was likely the most lackluster of the four.
Oh, I came up with mine on the spot. I mean, not the plan, but the wording. It's more so I had the idea and then never actually put it into a straight line of thought.
I've mentioned my ideas before and plans before, but it's typically not to heirs, so those who are more concerned on wanting to be lady in waiting, wanting to be a sorcerer, those type of things. They're not asking me what my plans are out of concern for how their ruling of their region is going to be affected. They're asking just for how they're going to be affected as citizens. So my answer, I had to work with it to be something that is more appropriate for the audience I had.
I thought it did come across very well. Until now, I would have thought you actually perhaps prepared in advance.
No, I mean, I've talked to people before about it, but I certainly, if I was better prepared, would have had a much better cohesive answer. I know the High Chancellor specifically called out the fact that it didn't seem his wording was like, I'm sure you have set plans.
It irked me as soon as he said that, I'm sure that you have plans with actual depth.
Which I do. I understand my perspective might come across as naive to some, but my region works. Our system, how it is set up, works, and we do not have nobles like the Grand Duke running amok.
Mm-hmm. My other favorite Cassian remark was after I finished explaining him saying, well, you said you would work with everybody. Do you mean that? Because what answer are you expecting there? Either I say, correct, yes, I mean, I'm not just saying it to say it. Or what, I just go, no, I didn't mean it, you've caught me. Mwahaha.
Seriously,
If
your
you
gossip, I
wanted,
have the
I guess, more
headmaster waiting to
elaboration on
speak
what
with
I
me.
meant by that, I mean, you could just ask, you said you would work with everybody. Can you elaborate on that? I don't get why he had to make it a, do you actually mean it? Because, whatever.
What is... I don't mind having personal
What
chat.
did you think of
I have
the
another meeting
rest
to go to.
of meeting besides the discussion regarding if we win?
Regarding the rest of it, the only other things that was really mentioned was me mentioning the curses, and then I suppose High Chancellor Cassian's apology. And it was fine. It's not like there's anything that's going to come about from it or anything we can do regarding it. He apologized, as I would say is expected of him, albeit late. But I will say pushing him is just going to create more ire.
Right. That's about where I landed as well. Celica, hello, seems to think that he's lying, but at this point, I don't know how much it matters. I don't think that it ultimately is something we can do anything about. We just have to monitor the ongoing situation and figure it out from there. We can't put too much focus on one book.
Mm-hmm. He seemed rather invested on trying to get us our new... seeing if our answers have changed, I suppose. Then he directly addressing us on, well, now that you have more information, and me having to look at him and be like, I don't have any more information than I had. I spoke to the Crown Duchess and she wouldn't tell me anything. I know more information, I certainly do, but I'm not going to expose that I have sources getting me information. Like, I'm sure that is assumed and implied, but I'm not going to outwardly admit it.
Right. We're also in a meeting of 4 head heirs. I would think that she can perhaps speak in more confidence than...
Mm-hmm.
I know that, of course, you can't expose every ongoing of your court. I mean, that's simple, but you
I
can
think...
certainly trust the other head heirs to some degree.
I think that she already knew what our answers were, and he just was not aware of them. So it was his own curiosity asking, I suppose, to see if there's more support, if he can take larger steps to help her, if there are supports over their courts. Not entirely sure, but I don't think he was fully looped in on at least the fellow folks' refusal and why, because turning and asking me if I've changed my mind when that is asking me to sacrifice and risk my region is an absurd ask. Because it is no lie that if Cerulean does choose to invade a region, Solmera is the easiest. We have a lot of water sources for one, and there's bordering them for 2.
Right.
He
Besides
acts with
that, how are-
confidence for it. What?
I was going to say, besides that, how are you?
Still working through things. I got the letter of that meeting. I found it in my mail 30 minutes prior to the meeting start time. And I do have another meeting after this as well. But I didn't see you around yesterday, but I wanted to offer you a happy birthday. you will have the gift given to you at the birthday party, just so I'm not showing up there empty-handed.
Thank you.
How about yourself?
Fine enough. I stressed, but there's at least a light at the end of the tunnel. We took the Violet issue just within our own court. I didn't want to have it conflict with a Blood One event. I didn't want to have to keep a watch on her if she decided to show up, so we chose to act a bit sooner, just within the court. I think that it should cover 95% of things. I mean, she's not going to be in anyone else's dorms. There's events and clubs, sure, but I don't know how many of those she already attends, and I don't know if it'll make much of a difference having her barred from every single one. And besides, perhaps it gives her a route towards that rehabilitation that Cassian wants. So, I believe that at least is handled and off my plate.
That is good. So you backed down
Of
from
course,
being
meeting
school-wide.
today hopefully went smoothly enough. I mean, we set some of our cross-court concerns at rest. And then, yeah, birthday bash tomorrow. I wasn't sure if you got the invite, and so I mean, deal with the groundskeeper. I really wasn't sure until they brought it up, but suppose to match with your hair and eyes currently, I think it suits you well, but if one single golden rose gets me anywhere, if this could guarantee the presence of the soul at the Prince Fiorvente birthday bash, it would be my honor.
Oh, it's almost as if I wasn't already planning to go, but this has,
Now you've got reason.
yes, full confidence in my attendance.
I also think it would be fun to trade it back and forth. But yes, I believe that's everything on mind at the moment.
All right. I'm sorry to cut it short, but I do have
No,
the headmaster waiting for me.
Of course, I hope things go well there.
Farewell then.
Farewell.
Who's he taking photos of? Is it me?
Trying to get a decent photo of you with the blonde hair. Looks good. There. Take care.
Okay. Headmaster meeting now. Great. I have this one now for speaking to the headmaster. The curses, Jafty's medbay room. that's not a subject anymore. I'm gonna need to give him a copy of this book as well, huh? I have to apologize for it having my notes for this meeting with Saren. I hear someone's footsteps. I guess it might be inside the tower that I'm hearing them. Oh. Greetings.
Hello. Oh, you're welcome to come in. Let's go to my desk. I like the hair.
Thank you. It looked like my father's. It's the result of the potion experiments Lord Leonidas does.
I see. I'm about to participate in those, so.
Well, hopefully you have a favorable outcome. I know
Ideally.
others have had very interesting ones.
Let me create a space. So you want to discuss the curses?
That is one of the things. I will say, because I had spoke to Professor Saren prior to this, I had simply made her a copy of my meeting notes with her. So I can also give you the book. You just have to ignore that the front of it is my meeting notes for Saren, and the end of it just has to do with Daphne being in Medbay.
Oh, is she in Medbay?
Yes. She... something I need to handle when she's more recovered, but it's the typical recklessness that my court seems to be enjoying doing to themselves ever since coming to the academy.
I see.
One of my meeting notes actually does have to do with her being in Medbay, though. I sincerely apologize. She has taken it upon herself to rearrange her room. I can guarantee that I will get it fixed by the time she is released from Medbay. Unless you do happen to want to keep it, because it does look nice, in all fairness, but she's been very much a lot of pain medication due to a broken shoulder, I believe is what her injury is, and wanted to make her surroundings more pretty to her eyes, I suppose.
That is fine, as long as it is fixed before she departs.
Are you already aware of the fact that she constructed a whole nother room in the Medbay?
I am. She was very happy to tell me about it.
Yes, I apologize that she did that without proper permissions and approval.
It is fine. It's a nice location. At least it wasn't horribly built.
For the curses, it starts on page 3. For the most part, it's not in date order. I take that back. It's in the order that I talked to them. Given my talk to Professor Saren, I believe you're aware of all of them, but I do have dates for them at least. Regarding Tavali's curse, I need to speak with her more regarding corruption, because it has been brought to my attention that hers might not be curse related and might be corruption related. I have no basis for this though.
I see. I was not actually aware of Tavali.
On April 11th, she was with Professor Charybdon. She said she was going out she was in her morning clothes, so something of that nature. And all of a sudden, she was overcome with feeling like she got poisoned for no reason.
See.
And she's the only that I haven't gotten to speak in depth to about it. So I want to get more from her side of it.
Mhm.
The most recent one is actually Lady Daphne, which I think you were informed of as well, correct?
Yes, I was just informed about that today.
Mm-hmm. The one concerning thing to note on that one is she is magic. She's well versed in magic. She is the one that made my own curse protection poppet, yet hers seemingly had disappeared or had gone missing.
Oh.
So there was brought to my attention that perhaps it had got worn out, but if it had gotten worn out, then I assume that means it was repeated attempts to curse her. Otherwise, she may have just misplaced it, but I don't think she's necessarily careless enough to just misplace her curse poppet.
No, I don't believe so either.
Regarding that, this is in no way to necessarily point blame. It is just a matter to raise to concern that earlier into the month, Lady Daphne reported to me that the High Chancellor had attempted to take her tag lock. Unfortunately, the two people in the area when it happened were also members of Court Cinderloon, and when she was confronting him about it, he pulled rank on her. So, given it is going to be her word against his, I haven't pursued it in any way because it will ultimately just come down onto her.
I have had that been brought to my attention by a member of Court Cerulean. Not to, I suppose, spread rumors, especially with the book that is going around. It is not the first time I have heard about the High Chancellor taking tag locks, so it is a matter that he is being spoken to about by Professor Castillo.
I see. Something to also be aware of. Obviously, he did not admit it, I think. Even if he did do it, I don't think he should ever admit it to me. But in exchange, he decided to try to give me his tag lock. I did refuse, and I burnt it in front of him. So if anything comes about from that, he witnessed me burn his tag lock that he handed to me.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
That is what I mainly have.
Admittedly, there is very little I can personally do to prevent the curses, mainly because we do not know who is doing them. But I have spoken with Professor Saren, and she will now be teaching the students how to make the protection puppets, which will hopefully prevent more students from being cursed. And until then, we are working on trying to find any way we can to figure out who is ultimately connected to it all.
That is much appreciated. I know that my knowledge is very limited when it comes to that type of magic. I mainly have just instructed all of my court to have these protection puppets because Daphne and Tavalli are both capable of crafting them themselves. So they've kept my court protected now, not protected before, unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately, Felix was unaware that the puppet had to be assigned to him or something along those lines. And it did very little to protect them from being cursed, but Tavalli had fixed it. So ideally, he is safe from it again, as well as
I have to see who
Mateo
he
and
got
Daphne.
his from. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Yes, it was amusing at the time to Felix and the others, but now it is more of a concern as I was unaware how little the students were taught about the puppets in magical studies.
I cannot say I've really attended magical studies to know what all they have been taught, but I know there hasn't been all too many classes, unfortunately.
Yes. Unfortunately, Professor Saren did not believe that curses were going to be so common. as they are in the school. Which
Interesting. I would
neither
think
was I.
you didn't expect them to be common.
No, it's, well, considering they're quite illegal, one would assume that nobles would follow the law.
I see. I'll be honest with you, Headmaster, coming to the Academy, given I acknowledge that we're all one kingdom, so I seek to maintain good relations with everyone, but I suppose I'm very suspicious of everyone around me to the point where I'm surprised the curses are only popping up now. I thought would have been more undetended play much sooner.
Yes, well, it seems as, in the least offensive way possible, I have thought too highly of nobles in this day and age. It seems there is a common trend of rule breaking between everyone. Not so much your court, though, so I do greatly appreciate that.
No, my court just likes to take off their armor and do dumb things, unfortunately.
Have you been made aware of the incident yesterday with Tavali?
The Creeper Shard?
Yes.
Yes, I made her give her Creeper Shard to Professor Castiel.
Good.
I didn't even know that those were things that were in circulation, in all honesty. I don't touch any of the mutant mobs. And they got very much reprimanded from me by it, too.
Yes, it is unfortunately not the first time the Felfolk have been involved in an incident with the Creeper Shards.
I see. I do apologize for the destruction to your castle. I believe they got it fixed up the same day. I know when I had walked into the room afterwards, it was all seemingly back intact.
God. It is definitely a minor issue out of everything that is currently happening, but something I would like to prevent happening again.
Mm-hmm. I think it is just a simple... I don't know if oversight is the right word. Oversight on my part. I simply didn't expect the noble ladies that I was raised with to, upon coming to the academy, decide they are monster hunters and to go attack mutant mobs and use their droppings. In all honesty. So I apologize for my lack of foresight.
Yes, the lack of foresight seems to have affected us both here.
Yes, I am not aware if there's any other things that are very detrimental that these creatures drop, unfortunately, but I can certainly keep my court away from them if I learn of them.
I believe the Creeper Shards are the biggest issue. At least to my knowledge. I can't say I've ever had anyone explode anything with a Creeper Shard before.
For what it's worth, it wasn't on purpose.
Yes, that is the most comforting thing.
She was very much... have you seen Loon Tavali use the fossils?
I have.
I think she just likes to make noise, and that was her goal.
Yes, I think the entertainment factor is what gets her.
Mm-hmm. I am going to pull my court into a meeting relatively soon for them to consider their positions, and because it seems they are very impulsive since coming to the academy, and it has gotten worse as of late. They don't think of how their actions may affect themselves, their image, or those around them, and I'm getting closer to being fed up with the behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see any more stone cat statues built around blocking doorways, I am also very sorry. I took down the one I saw, but I don't know who other court would do that but my own.
That does bring me to mention the portraits. They are truly a non-issue, but just so you are aware, I do believe it has been Lizzaylia and Matteo that have been doing it. I know Lizzaylia has told me herself that she has been, and considering it is a mostly harmless prank, I do not care for a punishment to be given, but just so it is something you are aware of.
Lovely. That is wonderful news to learn, Headmaster.
Yes, I'm sure it's exactly what you wanted to hear.
Yes, their creativity astounds me.
As well, I've never really imagined myself as a cat before, so
Well, you have the
truly the
ears.
only true. Truly, the only complaint we've all had is that Professor Castiel's is quite boring compared to the others.
I see. If you're willing to say, is the Cyclops cat also my court's doing?
Apparently not. It's not Lizzaylia.
I see.
I do not know if it is anyone else. Admittedly, whenever there's anything to do with cats, I do immediately assume it's Lizzaylia,
Mm-hmm. If I
which is a good has been good for me.
I know that a lot of folk do display the more cat-forward behaviors, but I think Lady Lizzaylia does do it the most prominently with her meow signs and everything else,
Yes.
which I think in itself isn't very harmful. I just don't think she's interacted with nobility outside Solmera as often as others have. I speak for most of my court doing so. A lot of them do the meow signs, unfortunately.
Yes, well, as long as there is no harm, I suppose there is no foul, but it's something that I personally would want to, I guess, eliminate, for lack of a better term, as swiftly as possible.
Mm-hmm. I was informed that my court submitted a club.
Yes. They wish to create a Sol Katarina fan club.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they were trying to recruit many people for it.
Yes. I will have to speak more with Lizzaylia regarding it. But I see no issue.
I see. I'm going to make it very clear it was not my idea, and I am not going to be a member.
No?
No, I agree that I'll be a guest speaker at the limit.
Apologies, Daphne has sent me a missive.
That's all right.
She wishes to gain more points.
I'm not gonna lie, that was also my bullet point to ask about point gaining.
There will be a opportunity coming up shortly for all of the courts to gain more points, and it will be based on how your court acts.
Oh,
Consider a, I suppose, team building exercise of sorts.
I think we're good with team building, but I don't think we have the formality, the noble grace. So how much does that play into it?
Fortunately for you, that will not be a big play into it.
I see. That's a bit more reassuring then.
Yes. Apologies, Daphne is very adamant on going to the end.
Oh. I think her
I've
shoulder's still broken. I think
Yes, I've told her no.
I'm waiting for her to recover, and then she's gonna get a lecture.
Yes, that is definitely the smart thing to do.
Oh, event hosting. Is it only the fully public events that get points, or if it is specifically for another court, would that be eligible? If it's not my own court. Like if I were to host a banquet as another court, making them the guest of honor and it be them invited.
Points will be given for that, but not as many points.
All right. That is fine by me. I am planning to host a banquet for Bloodwind sometime soon.
Yes, sorry, Daphne is meow strong. Which I'm still not quite sure what that means. But I've heard it from a lot of folk.
Well, meow strong. They're confident in their ability, but
I see.
they seem to. Well, when they're injured, a lot of times they do meow not strong. It says she's trying to earn points. Has she lost us points recently?
I do not believe so. It may be because of the point deduction from Tavali.
Maybe. I know my general consensus with them is if you lose the points, you have to earn them back.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to speak with you regarding.
I know I covered all of my things that were in my notes.
I do not think so. However, if anything pops into mind, I will send you another missive and we can arrange another meeting if you are busy.
All right. And I apologize for making you wait on the meeting. I was informed of, unfortunately, very short notice for a meeting among court heirs. So I attended that and then have been pushed around on meeting to meetings today.
No, you're fine. The world was just very unhappy with me earlier.
Well, if that
for
is all,
some reason.
I can take my leave then.
Mhm.
Farewell. Oh, pardon. Before I go approach Daphne, let me see if Tavali wants me now. I'll wait for her response.
Did your meeting go well?
Yes, now I think Tavali wants to meet with me.
Tonight is so busy.
Yep, she's free now and she wants to meet me in the courtyard, so I'm going to go meet with her.
Of course. Take care. Oh, we're going the same direction, I think.
I am
maybe,
going to turn
potentially.
here, actually. I'm curious on what she wants to meet about. I need to ask her about the corruption stuff. She also might be seeking to meet about the horse presentation. Hello.
Oh.
Oh, right, my hair has changed.
Oh.
I was like, what's the O for?
I've never considered you with blonde hair, but it's very pretty.
Thank you. I still didn't hear the world chime.
Oh,
No,
wait, how?
I don't know, so now I'm gonna do it a third time.
Oh no.
Lord Leonidas apparently he said like the Turtle Master potions, other people haven't needed it. And so he hasn't given it to me, but perhaps that's why.
I think so, because I definitely took it.
I did not.
Maybe next time you just need like 2 people that are splashing all of the potions.
I'm just gonna
So
get
you for sure get them very
barraged with-
speedy. So you get it all very speedy and then for sure you get it.
I see. Well, the most recent time, I did make it all, or Lord Leonidas made all splash potions for me, so it was all very quick. I just didn't have the Turtle Master.
Oh. Next time.
Next time, I'm gonna have to have another hair color change. I think it works out
At
though.
least
I was
they're all
planning.
very pretty on you.
I was planning to wear a fairy costume for Prince Ezra's birthday tomorrow, and I think this hair might suit it a bit better.
That's very cute. I'm still not fully decided on what costume I want.
I see. Is there something specific you wanted to meet about?
I got... Well, there's more for a private talk, actually. I'm gonna make us a space real quick. Here we are.
Do you want to sit?
Yeah, why not? Oh.
Oh. Lady Paxton?
Using the name Pixie in that form.
I see.
But I talked to Mateo, and he's pretty sure he knows who is stalking him.
Oh.
And it's someone from back home at court. He didn't give me exactly the name, but it seems to be one of the captain's sons?
Does he know why he's stalking him?
He said it's connected from that situation way back in the day.
Oh, what happened to their parents?
No, actually, the incident with Mirelle.
The
And
engagement?
that, no. Yeah, I believe so, when Mirelle...
Why would
hurt
they
one
be
of the nobles?
targeting Mateo then? Wouldn't they target Myro?
No, I'm completely... I wish I'd written everything down. Well, he said it's connected to that situation, but I think... The... General? Yeah, General's son? He likes Mateo? Something like that.
So he's stalking him?
I guess.
Interesting.
He certainly does not understand how courting works, but... I thought we should probably write home about it, considering he's obviously coming to school,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just not right.
Yes,
Aside from the obvious, stalking him.
I do think informing home so that his parents can rein their child in, because I do think it's better for them to rein him in than him to get charged with trespassing on the academy grounds.
Yeah.
Nor do I want... I think that'd be a whole separate mess. But no, take him back to court, perhaps seeing if properly teaching him about courting changes anything, and if not, I don't really know. That's an issue. I know that, I don't know. We really like love, and so I do notice a lot of couples have a more obsessive side, but it's supposed to be mutual, not one side chasing someone.
This is certainly not the way to go about any kind of interest.
No. But I can write home, you can write home, either way is fine.
I got a letter prepared.
Perfect.
Yeah, I just want to keep you up to date on that, especially since it's a member of our court not at the school.
Yes, I don't think any of our court members who are not invited to the academy should be anywhere near the academy, let alone stalking someone at the academy. does not look good in any light.
No, not at all. And I think, like, general or captain, it's one of those. Their dad's son should know better. I'd hope they're like, someone in that position would educate their child.
They should be
Do you
well
know?
educated on right and wrong.
Yeah.
Supposed to also keep you updated. There was a cross court. The 4 head heirs all met today and had a meeting.
Oh.
First thing was the High Chancellor pretty much apologizing about the immediate release book, but then was
Oh.
like, "Well, now that you guys know more information, have you changed your minds?"
Oh.
My answer was no.
Yeah.
As it stands, if we were to outwardly oppose the Grand Duke, our court is the one that would likely suffer the most of the of the 3 courts. I think their court would also suffer, but of the 3 courts that aren't Cerulean, we have an abundance of water, and we border them.
Yeah. I think their court unfortunately needs to figure themselves out first.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
See,
better than
it
they are
would-
right now.
Be more strenuous if she no longer had her title of Crown Duchess, but she is still seen, acknowledged, and titled as Crown Duchess.
Yeah.
She should be persuading nobles of her own court to back her and go for an early ascension and have him step down through her own means, not having another court force him to step down.
That's just gonna bring so many more issues, like power imbalances as well, because, okay, say all of the 4 courts band together, and now Crown Duchess Mirelle is the one in power. What's the situation with the Cerulean court then? They're now, like, the lowest because they're indebted to all of the courts?
Yes, it's interesting. We also spoke about, I feel like I should have had a better prepared answer for this, but I simply wasn't expecting this to be asked of me at this meeting, which is oversight on my part. They asked, like, what our plans were, should we win. I've answered that question to others who are not fellow head heirs, and I feel like my answer that I give to others is not the same I would give to another court's head heir. Because a head heir, they're asking my answer because they're trying to look out for the protection of their court and their people,
Yeah.
versus someone who's not the head heir is likely looking out for their own well-being. So I feel like it's even if the end results are the same, I feel like the wording is 2 different ways, and I was not overly prepared for my answer. But I did get the High Chancellor at least claims that should they win, he did mention that he would never want to wear a crown. And so he doesn't actually know what him winning would look like. But I asked him, well, if he doesn't want the crown, is he going to take away the nobility of other courts? And he said no. So when it seems like we will still be able to operate as needed.
I guess that's a relief. I just don't know if that's going to be true, should that happen?
Yes, I don't know. The other 2 courts, I feel like my answer, so the other 2 courts had similar answers. Mine was somewhat similar, but also different. Bloodwind and Cerulean spoke of having a council of sort, which I also mentioned having, but it seems like their take on it would be to more so be a discussion and solve things that way, which is exactly what we have with the Thorn Concord, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't that just what we have right now?
Crown Duchess mentioned, like, there would be, like, a 5th party to be, like, the decider thing, but she said she doesn't know what that 5th party would be. And I don't know. I trust myself to be a proper ruler and not biased towards one court more than I trust others. And so my answer differed on, yes, I would have a council and, like, would have people from their regions talk me through and explain their ideas, but ultimately I would be making the decisions. And
I think that makes the most sense.
And if I make the wrong decision, even if I'm confident in myself, if I ultimately make the wrong decisions, I accept that heavy weighs the crown. I accept that if I end up angering the kingdom with my decisions, that I likely will be dethroned, if not killed. So
it never comes to that.
yeah, so that doesn't happen, but it's something that if you're going to be aiming for the position at the top of the kingdom, to be prepared for.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It seems like they were putting a lot of emphasis on it being a group discussion. I think the Crown Duchess even mentioned voting. And I don't trust nobles to have pure intentions, in all honesty. So when it comes to voting, I don't think the votes are actually going to be like a court voting for the best interest of the kingdom. They're going to be voting for what best benefits them or best benefits a court that they allied themselves with. The ongoing issue with the Thorn Concord.
Yeah. That sounds a little like either they don't fully are confident in their own decision making and like such a big scale, or that they're too worried about offending another court, even if they were to be ruler.
I think right now I don't know if this is what their true answers are, or if it's just their answers because it's what they think will have most people trust their ruling because they feel like they have a say in it. But no, I do think my impression of the Crown Duchess and what she has done as Crown Duchess so far is that she is not confident in her decisions, which she explained she didn't have the upbringing and training for it. So I suppose that makes sense, but I don't think the trial run should be Queen of Everthorne.
Yeah, that's a bit big scale for that.
She's getting practice now, but I do not think a year at an academy is enough practice to do something of that nature. And I don't know. I think the prince might be fine. I just think he's also very naive. I get along with him on a personal level, but the past couple days when we've been discussing more political side of things, I found myself in disagreements with him.
Oh, I see.
I fear that I was greatly annoyed the other day, and he asked to meet, and I was expecting a casual, friendly chat. But he entered the conversation with politics and said things that were, in my opinion, completely incorrect. And because I was already greatly annoyed, it definitely came out, unfortunately. I don't know how bothered he is by it. He asked for another meeting today, and we chatted just fine for a little bit. But I apologize to him for my attitude on that.
I do think political talks need a bit of a heads up. Just hey, by the way.
Well, I didn't want to meet in general. In all honesty, I wanted to turn down him asking to meet up. I forget his wording, but I think he even said spend time together or hang out. And that implies casual. I didn't want to do that because I knew I was annoyed, but I'm like, he's likely going to get upset if I say no. Suppose I can entertain him for a little bit because I was actively making my notes to have, because I had a meeting with the headmaster today. I had a meeting with Professor Sam. I was making my notes for that. I was doing things. And
you were busy today.
I met with the head heirs today. I met with Professor Saren. I met with the headmaster. I've met with Prince Ezra individually, and now I'm meeting with you. So
a bit of a busy schedule.
Yes, it has been. I know. I will admit it, I was very much rude. But I gave him advice kindly in a previous meeting, and he completely neglected my advice entirely. So.
Oh, I see.
I will say the annoyance did stem from our own court.
Oh.
The initial annoyance. The not wearing their proper armor, which I did take note in medbay that you were in iron, not your netherite the other day.
Oh, yes, we were coming just from sparring. I rushed over.
But I know I'd solved that. I know there's been instances in the past. Lady Lizzaylia takes hers off to pop totems. There's Lady Daphne's most recent incident that she ran off campus with no armor on. and has ultimately suffered for it.
Mm.
Which she also wants to meet with me today, by the way.
Oh, no.
And then I feel like since coming to the academy, albeit our manners were lacking at the beginning a bit in general, I feel like they are laxing even more at this point in regards to people not thinking of their actions before they take them and just going off of impulse, or thinking of how it might be perceived. I suspect it was Lady Lizzaylia did it, but the main entry to the courtyard was blocked with a giant stone cat,
Oh.
which certainly would have lost us points had a professor discovered it. I'm almost certain.
Yeah, most likely.
But it's just the little things that are, I feel, piling and piling and piling.
We might just need to hold another court meeting.
Yes, I plan to. I actually told that to Saren and the headmaster today while we were talking. I need to figure out, don't spread this at all yet, because the headmaster told me it and he was told it in confidence, and so I gotta figure out how I'm going to approach Lady Lizzaylia about this. She's doing the pictures, the professor pictures. And he said he's not taking points for it because it's relatively harmless, but it needs to stop.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I feel like, albeit it's good and fun, I feel like the sillies are outweighing the, hey, you guys are all here at this academy, and the fate of our court is resting in your hands and your performance here, and I feel like the gravity of it is leaving thoughts.
I do agree. It's become very casual. Which I am also.
Yes, your creeper shard. The headmaster mentioned that to me.
I'm never touching those things again.
Yes, because he even said that this is not the first creeper shard incident that our court specifically has had at the academy, and that it's mainly folk doing it.
Well, this is the first time we've exploded something, but I know Luciel and Mateo have just been using it as noisemakers a lot.
Yeah, for my meeting with the headmaster, he did bring up a lot of things that court has been doing wrong lately. And I'm like, yeah, I can't argue against that. On another note, the corruption outside the dorm, I mentioned very early on that you were free to look into it. I do want an update, whether it be in a future meeting, through a book, something of that nature, on all of it. It was brought to my attention of a concern that since when they tried to check you for curses and you did not have a curse on you, if it's tied to that.
Yeah, Marcella mentioned that. I don't believe so personally, but we've been keeping an eye on it.
Just nonetheless, I realize I don't have much knowledge on it in general, and it's something that I should know.
I can compile a book on everything I've and Marcella have found so far.
I would appreciate that. I'm not going to stop you or anything, so I hope you don't leave anything out if it is more concerning matters. Because ultimately, it likely does need to be looked into in general. So
I do believe so.
It's better to have someone who has been, over the past couple of months, been more acquainted with it to continue to research it than it have to be passed off to someone less knowledgeable.
And I am trying to be safe with it, with looking into it with Miss Stella at least.
Just as long as you're doing it safely and not taking risk with it. Because I did notice that is continuing and continuing to expand.
Yeah. Not a fan of that.
No. Is Robert still in our dorm?
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not? Okay. I haven't checked on him lately. I would check on him maybe once a month, in all honesty.
It's okay. I regularly went up to him.
Well, that is good that he's out.
Just in the slightest case that he had anything in connection with the spreading, but no.
I see. Is there anything else I need to mention to you? What did I mention to the professors? I'm waiting for Daphne's condition to be more healed and improved, and then I am not yell, but adjacent to it. Very, very heavily schooled, because why take off your armor and run off campus? At least when, like, Lizzaylia takes off her armor, she's on campus in a safe spot unless she purposely puts down, like, flint and steel.
But even then, she's with people.
She doesn't... I don't know. She is a Lafayette. She is well beloved by her parents. If something worse had happened to her, I think even just what happened to her in general, when it reaches their ears, it's going to cause an uproar for her safety being in danger. And I don't think she considers how I mentioned, I'm feeling people aren't considering how their actions affect others. They're only thinking of in the moment. And thinking of how your actions have consequences, I think, is a very important skill to have.
Just a bit, yeah. I also need to have a proper talk with Daphne after she's more recovered. Just regarding her behavior to Lizzaylia before she painted, like earlier that day. Fainted earlier that day.
Is she still having... I know she was... The Rose Festival, Lizzaylia was going with Lord Leonidas. I had heard of it, and I told her directly that she absolutely has to go talk to Daphne in person prior to the Rose Festival and tell her so she does not learn from a third party. It was the same situation of you and Lord Paxton, I believe, had a date, and Lady Lizzaylia herself was super upset because she heard from a third party. And I had to tell her, like, this is a similar situation. You need to speak with her properly. And she tried. And then instead of having a proper conversation, instead of having consideration, Lady Daphne would just blatantly ignore her. And it took me pretty much ordering her to stop what she was doing and go talk to Lady Lizzaylia. I was hoping that it would have been resolved by now, but I guess not.
I suppose not. It's just, Lizzaylia said that earlier, I think it was either earlier today or just a bit, or the day before, because it was with Felix. But Daphne wanted to do an experiment on Lizzaylia, because the potion that she'd given Lizzaylia didn't clear up the lingering potion effects that dyed, like, Lizzaylia's eyes a different color. So she wanted to do experiments, but Lizzaylia didn't want to do that, and denied it. And Daphne eventually threatened to splash healing potions on her and told Felix to hold her down. Like, to grab her.
I see. She likes to force her... I'm sorry. She's my friend. I love her dearly, but she likes to force her own opinion on things onto others. And it's an ongoing issue. When someone recommends stuff to her, she does not like it. It's her way or no way. Because I'm sure you're aware of how much she hovered Lord Leonidas in Medbay. Yet the moment she got injured, she immediately formed an escape plan and had Lady Sabrina fly her out of Medbay.
Yeah.
But I don't know, perhaps I was just too busy back at home. Maybe their behaviors were more condensed, but I don't remember Lady Daphne, Lady Lizzaylia spatting like this.
Not like this, I don't remember.
It feels like it distinctly has started at the academy, at least from my impression of it, and it initially started from Lady Lizzaylia and yourself being friendly with Lord Paxton, and then Daphne being friendly with Lord Leonidas, and Daphne didn't like Paxton, Lizzaylia didn't like Lord Leonidas, and I just made an X, I suppose. And it feels like it's just continued to get worse.
From my understanding, it was relatively the same during, like, at the beginning of the school year. It got a little bit worse with the whole Pax and Leonidas. And then it got a lot better, and now it's just gotten much worse again.
Yes, Daphne likes Lord Leonidas. Lord Leonidas rejected her, and Lizzaylia, I don't know. Her Lizzaylia and Lord Leonidas spending time together has severely irked Daphne, but it's also a matter of he rejected you. You kind of need to let that go.
Yeah. Can't exactly control how it feels.
I know when she told me about the rejection, she mentioned specifically what he said to her was that he's not looking for romance or something of that matter. And so when I heard that Lizzaylia was going to the Rose Festival with him, I went up to Lizzaylia and I warned her, like, hey, this is what I was told. I would be careful not to get your feelings hurt if you're doing this as, like, a pursuit. Like a romantic pursuit. But who knows? It's really...
But for events, I mostly see it as, well, escort. Like, being escorted to the event. I don't properly see it as, like, a romantic... Like a guaranteed romantic pursuit, just because you're being escorted to a date with someone? Or you're escorting someone else to a date?
I think Daphne is jealous of anyone, I suppose. I think, and it is unfortunately Lady Lizzaylia hit as a bigger betrayal. Because they're meant to be friends, but from what I've noticed, their dynamics since coming to the academy, I question on how deep that friendship is. Because Daphne completely surrounded Lizzaylia's bed in, like, wool and made it like a padded boxed room.
Ah, yes, that's been there for so long. Is it gone? Is it still there?
I don't know. I just know that I had stopped into their room because I had told Lizzaylia I'll give her one of my portraits. And when I walked into Daphne cleaning up dirt from everywhere, and the dirt was retaliation from, like, Lizzaylia retaliating for...
Yeah, she
her
told
side.
me about that.
And I'm like, okay... I don't know. It's not, I don't think it's too hard to stay in a room with someone.
They might need an intervention.
Yes, I don't know if maybe it's a small room, but upstairs in the study, making that like a tiny bedroom, and maybe on both sides, so neither of them get a big room, and kick them out of their bedroom. I don't know. At this point, I don't know what to do because they're just having petty squabbles over things. And if Daphne's, like, threatening to force someone into something they don't want, an experiment no less, that's...
Because I know Lizzaylia currently doesn't feel safe in the room or around, like, sleeping around Daphne. Which isn't it's just not right to have to be worried about going to sleep in your own dorm room.
I don't know. I think Daphne's staying in medbay at least, so hopefully that freed up her room a bit. I don't know if you can keep an eye out for when Lady Daphne gets released from medbay. I'm also keeping an eye out. We need to make sure we clean up her medbay room and return it to how it was.
Oh, yes.
Because we will lose points if we don't have that cleaned up. The headmaster was like, make sure it gets cleaned up whenever she leaves. And I'm like, I will.
Yeah. The moment I hear she's gone, going into that room.
Like, admittedly, it does look nice.
It does.
But it's also a medbay room where someone's injured. Admittedly, they probably shouldn't be climbing stairs to go up for one, even if it does make the room look cozier. But it's Phelan's castle. Phelan's rules.
Yeah. That's very fair. Oh, we got off lucky that we didn't just offbeat lose points for that.
He didn't know it. That was one of my bullet points was talking to him. I'm like, I want to very much apologize in advance, and I want to promise you I will have it cleaned up, and told him. So he wouldn't get surprised by it, because with Lady Lizzaylia, I think he walked in and saw it, and then it was
Yeah.
immediate point loss. So rather than him walking in and see it and then immediately dictating point loss, I figured I would approach him first and guarantee him that it will be handled.
That's a good decision then.
Is there anything else to inform you of as of late? The house is coming underway a lot farther. I mentioned the kitchen's done. The library is nearly done. I just need to make more anvils, so I need more iron for it.
Oh wait, I can give you iron.
Yes, I decided to use anvils for the railing, and because I had a lot of iron, but then I
Oh.
realized majority of my iron was used to make a beacon, and it's still over by the beacon pillar. And I did look around for the beacon. I don't know where our beacon is, and being as it's not in any of my bags, it wasn't in any of the kingdom building chest. It's at this point, I think someone else has it.
Is it not by that big mountain?
I have the pillar there. There's no beacon on it, unless someone who had it
Oh.
put it there.
I see. Last time I looked at it, it still had the beacon beam.
Maybe someone else had the beacon and put it there.
Possible. Oh. Here you go.
Thank you. Royal Code Banquet. I think I may have earned us points back.
Oh.
Professor Cribden did say that she would take away Lady Lizzaylia's tardiness points. And then later on, because I prepared a whole banquet for her, to demonstrate, like, yes, I can do this, and put a lot of work into it. She mentioned considering, like, because of the effort I put in, giving us a little extra. I said she wouldn't do anything about the rankings, but we might be earning at least something from it.
I'm glad.
I asked the headmaster, and actually private events do also get us points, not as many points, but if it's a private event that doesn't involve another court, we will get points for it. I asked him specifically because I'm hosting a banquet for Bloodwind as an apology for Royal Code, and he said yes, I would get partial points.
That's great.
See, I feel there's another important thing I was going to mention to you. I think it involved Daphne, but I truly don't remember. Oh, yes. Did you give Lord Felix his curse protection poppet? Or was that... Do you know who gave him his?
I might have tied one to him. But no, I think he said he already had one.
So the thing is, the headmaster informed me that Lord Felix had a curse protection poppet, but it was not bound to him. So someone gave him...
yes, I remember that. He had one, and I told him it wasn't bound to him, so I bound it to him then.
Yeah,
after
so
cleansing him of a curse.
someone gave him a curse protection puppet, I suppose implied to him that he's safe, but didn't actually protect him. And so I want to know who did it to figure out if it is they just don't know how it works, or if it purposeful oversight. I don't know.
Oh, I see. I had assumed that he might have bought one from the shop.
Maybe.
And didn't realize how it works.
I'll have to ask him. This is gossipy and not actually much merit. I feel really bad for Lord Felix. He is undoubtedly, I think,
Yeah,
Lady
me
Daphne
too.
is using him as a rebound because she got rejected by Lord Leonidas, which he doesn't deserve in the slightest. And I
He's
don't
putting
think
in so much effort.
I don't think Lady Daphne is considering his feelings in the slightest. After all, she took off his armor, ran off campus, and got herself injured on his birthday.
On his birthday.
And he's a knight major, and so he comes up to me all sad of like, how am I supposed to protect? I can't even protect one person.
Oh. And he's been trying really hard to like be responsible and like keep Daphne in line every time we see them in the net day together.
So he's very much caring for her, but I don't think she's reciprocating that. I know she dated a lot back home, and she typically dated those of higher nobility, so I don't know if she's not considering him because his family isn't high ranked. I don't know, but I think it's unfair to him.
I really hope it isn't that. I'd be so sad for him.
And I don't entirely know how to handle it because I don't want a completely like nasty breakup to turn Lord Felix like against, I don't know if they're dating. I don't want it like whatever to turn Lord Felix against the court because even though I view Daphne in the wrong on it, the Lafayette's have so much pressure on me that I can't outwardly reject their daughter.
Aw.
They have too much market shares in the region.
I think maybe just more gently talking to her about it, like, hey, so, like, maybe like in a tea timey way, like, so hey, so what's your feelings towards, like, oh, you've gone on a lot of, like, you spent a lot of time with Felix. How do you feel about all of that?
I suppose so.
Coming at from a different angle, then you're not. I don't think you are treating him fairly right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to get that sorted out too. But yeah, that's what I was trying to remember, but I remembered it. Was the puppet thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope he just got it from the shop and someone didn't maliciously try and make him think he's safe from that.
Because I feel like if someone made him a puppet, they should know that it has to be bound, correct? Like, is that... Like, sure...
That was, like, one of the first things I was told after being introduced to puppets. Like, I'm pretty sure even Riley or Leonidas told me about them and said that they had to be bound in order to function now.
And it's like, I don't know much about puppets or anything of the sort, so, like, I wouldn't have known, but I also wouldn't have made a puppet, because I don't know.
Yeah. I don't make them myself. I know how to bind them, but I don't really know how to make them, so I just keep buying them. Whenever someone needs one.
Yeah, apparently the headmaster didn't expect curses to run rampant at the academy. I thought the opposite. I thought we would have been cursed way sooner than now. I thought this type of behavior was going to happen from the start.
It was like, oh, wasn't there during the beginning of the school, a scare of people thinking they've been voodoo puppets? Like, I know it was with you. I think it was with Riley. Some other people, maybe. So I would have thought like around that time, curses would have appeared, but not now.
Yes, I don't know.
It's so frequently.
This might be me repeating a broken record. I don't know if I mentioned this to you before, but there's a thought of, like, perhaps because we are second now that we're being targeted, because it has been 3 fellow folks have been cursed. Yours is a potential 4th.
It's just been so frequent. And I haven't been hearing of anyone else being cursed. And if it's because we're in second, I would have expected the first place to be cursed.
Unless it's the first place cursing us, so we lose motivation to surpass them. But I have it down that... Let's see. Daphne's tag up was attempted taken very early April. And then we had your potential curse scare around the 11th. And then the 14th, I believe, was Mateo's. 15th was Felix. And then Daphne was the 16th.
Where's my notebook on this? Yeah, Mateo 14th. 18th, Daphne. I don't think I had Felix written down.
I know Felix told me the 15th when I asked him. It was the day of an adventure club.
Oh, yes, then.
And then Mateo was the day before, so the 14th. Unless they...
The only... I can't think of anyone reading it outside of the headmaster saying to beware of Called Cinderloon.
Well...
and about Cassian trying to take Daphne's taglock.
Yeah, that's where my suspect lies. I think they were trying to antagonize us. I did mention at the head heir meeting that, hey guys, you know, we're all part of the same kingdom, and like I know we're competing for the crown, but ultimately, like we are going to have to live together in the same kingdom in the future, no matter who wins. So I do hope that we are playing fairly on this. I wouldn't want anyone to employ underhanded tactics and harm others. So,
Yeah.
which, who can refute that? Truly, if you refute it, you're a terrible person.
It's just the truth.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope it stops. You're only learning about puppets recently, but Lady Daphne being cursed, she should have had a curse protection puppet.
Yeah, I heard. I didn't understand.
The Crown Duchess mentioned that like you can put mending on the puppets, and so she said maybe it like was broken, durability went down. But if it durability went down, does that imply that, if that is how it works, would that not imply that the attempted cursor did it multiple times?
I don't know. I've seen puppets that were being afflicted by a curse because they caught it. I've only seen it twice, but I've never seen one, like someone trying to place multiple curses on a person while they had that puppet. So I don't know how it would react to that. I know the puppets that I looked at that caught the curses visually changed a bit.
I see. It might be, that's just a theory. It might also be that in her medicated stupor, in her urge to be completely reckless, she put her puppet down.
It's very possible. Like, she could have just decided to get more space in her pocket and put it away in a backpack.
Mm-hmm. Professor Crudman asked me if there's anything that I wanted to request to help with the curse issue or remedy it, whatever the word is for that. And I don't have an answer for her currently. I truly don't, because I think the only solution is to keep the curse protection puppets.
Well, Leonidas, when we were talking about all of the magic and stuff, Leonidas said there's some sigils that make it more difficult to gather attack luck, at least from our beds. So those sigils could be set up at our dorm, maybe? Just so that we can sleep without having to worry that sleeping in our beds gives others an opportunity to take our attack locks.
I suppose so. I feel like she was more so implying on, like, something to give us an advantage over something.
Oh.
But not... She didn't outwardly say it that way, but that's how I felt like it was sort of implied. And I did not have an answer that I would be able to frame in a solution to the curses that also gave us benefits over something. I don't know. Trying to, like, make sure I don't remember something else. Let's see. I apologize to Sharon about our Royal Code presentation. Oh, that's the immediate release book I still have in my pockets. I did ask the headmaster about other ways to earn points. He mentioned that something's coming up in the future, and it's going to be quite teamwork based. So like between courts. So I think teamwork wise, we should.
We're good on that, but I think by that point, we should all be on the same page of taking things more seriously, at least during classes, competitions, anything like that.
I also need to put out a warning for no one to be late to classes anymore, especially Royal Code, because Professor Cribden suddenly decided to start taking points for it.
Well, she has been saying that Royal Code is what she takes strictly.
Yes, but in the past, when people are late because the world is slowing them, she lets it slide.
I see.
But I think which in all fairness, yes, someone, like, even if the world is slow, you should not be rushing to class in the time frame, like, that close that it's going to affect you. Like, you should be arriving, like, 10, 15 minutes early. You shouldn't be aiming for right on the dot. Which I notice our court does do. at least at the start of the school year, because I know I was guilty of it at the start of the school year too, but mainly because I would wait for others to walk with them, and then we would have to make a mad dash.
I at the beginning of the school year, I always came too early. That I was just sitting there. So recently, I've been at least like making it so I'm only 5 minutes early, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Like I like to be 5 to 10 minutes early. I think that is a safe thing to be, because in proper meetings, you also would not want to ever be late.
Yeah, definitely not late. It's just you can't be way too early, because then it's a bit awkward.
I showed up to the air meeting in all honesty, but they were hosting the air meeting at the botany club, and that's where I sit and write in my books and quills anyways, and so I'm like, well, I'm gonna go show up there and sit down. And so I was there like 30 minutes early, but it's like that is where I sit at the academy.
That makes sense though. It's the space that you're already, well, kind of have.
It's my club area. I know it's not my space because it is the castle, but it's my space.
It's your club.
I decorated it.
Club business.
I need to plan the next club meeting. The headmaster's thinking about the Katarina fan club. He said he has to talk to Lady Lizzaylia about some of it still, though. So.
A good club to exist.
Yeah. Yeah. That was also a topic of the meeting.
I fully forgot that she submitted an official thing for it.
I don't even know what she submitted. I don't know what she put down on that book.
I read it over. Something about we're there to cheer Soul Katarina on. It will help the school in boosting morale and school spirit, something. All proceeds to the club will go directly to Soul Katarina.
Interesting.
Oh, and selling merch, of course.
Oh yes, of course. Cannot forget that part. We need to paint something for the prince for his birthday tomorrow. Oh, his birthday technically was yesterday, but his birthday party is tomorrow. And I don't know what
do you
to
have any gift ideas? I don't know what.
He's a prince, so I think he has like most of what he needs. In all honesty,
that's always the issue.
Very. He likes pictures of himself. I think his gift to me had a picture of himself in it at one point.
Maybe I'll look through my old photos of events and see if there's any of him in there.
I think he might appreciate that. Oh my god, Tamale. I was saying I was over him and that so I will only see him politically. I won't be crushing. And then at one point, I was at his house and there was a cardboard cutout of him on his front doorstep. I took it, and then I had a conversation with him the next day. He was like, yeah, I don't know what happened, but it's gone. I had to be like, oh, it must have blown away in the wind.
The wind must have taken it.
So I have pretty much a life-size cardboard cutout of the prince.
Oh, no. The most valuable thing to do.
I can do an anonymous gift. Like, don't put my name on it. Just put it in the gift.
You just put it in the cardboard. No, you place it around the party area when no one is looking.
I feel like someone would see me and out me for it, and they're gonna know that I took it.
A silly idea, but not the good one.
Oh. I'm trying to get on better terms with the Crown Duchess. I ran into her spontaneously at the horse stables at one point, and we went on a horse ride. And I'm inviting her on another horse ride.
Oh, that's fun.
Just to be better acquainted at the very least. I still think she's just setting herself up to be a puppet. And so I'd rather at least see what her mind is at. So if someone is guiding her a certain way, I can be prepared for it. There is I do think she's genuinely kind. But I'm worried about the situation between her and Cinderloon.
Yeah, that just doesn't seem good. Nor does it seem like all that favorable to her court.
No, I don't know. I'm not seeking political advantage from it. I'm actually trying when I talk to her specifically to avoid anything political. I think we talked about our ideal types on our last horse ride. I don't know. I'm just trying to stay very casual with her. At the very least.
I think that's good.
And I don't know. In all technicality, I should probably try to be at least casual with the High Chancellor, but I really don't want to. I really don't.
I don't know. I don't see him all that often. And I don't know. It's too much weirdness around him.
And I don't know. I think he's calculative, and I don't like it. I think, being calculative is probably a good thing at the end of the day, but the most calculative people typically make decisions that harm people.
Yeah, that's why. It's just, I don't know.
I am gonna go...
I like Riley and Leonidas.
I haven't spoken very all too much in all honesty, but like with I didn't have a very good opinion of Lord Leonidas for most of the school year. But it's in a much better place now. I don't think he's going to assassinate me. He shot me before, Tabali. He shot me before.
What?
We were in knighthood. I was clearly like in front of him. Because it was a chess game or whatever, and we were chess pieces.
Just a chess game.
Yeah, he was behind me. I was in front of him, and then like the High Chancellor and I think even Presta Castile were both in front of me, like dealing with it. But he still chose to pull out his bow and assumedly try to shoot the creature. But instead, he shot me, and obviously we are lightweight. We go forward, so I got shot and flung right into the arms of the creature, where the High Chancellor and the Professor were fighting it.
That's horrifying.
Yes. And then there's the other case where I woke up, went around the dorm room, and there's TNT everywhere. And I'm like, what the heck? And then I went to my balcony, stand on top of my balcony, and there's Lord Leonidas standing there.
That's so horrifying. Why on your balcony?
He was on, do you know how there's the glass on the back of the dorm? So when you hop off my balcony, there's glass there. And the same with Daphne's, it's that same glass platform. He was there.
Yeah, that's mighty suspicious.
Yeah. But he, on our nether trip, flat out swapped me armor. He gave me his netherite diamond, and he just wore netherite when we fought the gauntlet, which if he hadn't, I definitely would have popped totems. And then he proceeded to upgrade me to netherite emerald.
That was kind.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously
Probably an apology for all the other of us.
He could have poisoned me with the potion experiments, but he hasn't. The only reason I'm willing to do them is because he did have the opportunity to pretty much slay me when he was upgrade my armor. Because to upgrade the armor, I can't exactly have the armor on. I'm like, oh.
Scary.
Yeah. It's been a whole ordeal with that man.
I remember my opinion at some point got pretty low on him. Just, especially at the whole, again, the TNT at the dorm. I'm at the mailbox, I turn around and he's just waltzing into our dorm, not responding to my calls.
He just strolled right on through.
A crazy thing to watch.
He knew exactly where to go, so like I knew he had been in the dorm before. I don't know. For all of Daphne's potential obsessiveness with it and her reaction to him rejecting her and her reaction to other people getting close to him, he certainly did not help the situation because of all the stuff he does. Like, I feel like he's very flirtatious with people. You know, when I was painting his nails, he said, what did he say? well, he bluntly he was giving me permission to do whatever I wanted, but the wording he did was like sus. I don't remember the exact words he said, but the wording he did, like, I had to stop for a second and like this, like, okay, I'm just painting his nails. This, like, if someone had heard that be said, it's like me alone in a room with him. I was like,
no.
that would be terrible.
Yeah, he seems quite big on Vander.
Mm-hmm.
Very funny though.
He gave me all the power. I painted his nails red, green, and yellow.
Whoa.
That, like, yeah. I don't know. It was interesting. I tried, I don't know. Daphne had expressed concerns in the past that I'm too standoffish with him, so I was trying to be less standoffish with him. I think I'm standoffish in general. So.
You do you. Be who you are.
People are annoying.
That's very fair.
When I start talking to people, then they have issues and they bring them to me, which is expected. I want them to bring the issues to me. But when it's not my court, I don't want it.
Who's of another court bringing issues to you?
They're not, but I'm scared they're going to. Which I know if I have the crown, yeah, they're gonna have to. I accept that, but I don't have it yet.
Till then, it's just your court and no one else's.
Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm the sole future soulless. Our court is my priority. When I'm no longer the soul, and if I win the crown, no longer I'm gonna be the soul, and like I'm gonna be the queen. Then everyone becomes my priority. But right now, this is not the time. We might not even win. You know, when the vampires get their points added from Royal Code to the point updated, we're dropping back down to 3rd. And, like, we're already, like, 60 points behind Cinderloon, and they get another 30 points, and we got none from that class. Like,
I hate to say it, but I need Court Cinderloon to lose points.
They're potentially going around cursing people, so maybe they will.
I hope they aren't, but...
Oh,
part of me, if they are, I hope they're caught for it.
Yes, I hope whoever is doing it gets caught for it. And
yeah,
even if they aren't doing it, perhaps they still get caught for it and lose points. I don't want them to win.
Yeah, there's just the biggest worry in my mind, just because of how different they are to the rest of the courts, and I really don't want them to implement the system on every court. It's gonna be weird. It's
like he said he wouldn't take away like the noble structure in Solmera, but like you said, like how can we necessarily entirely believe that? That might just be to pacify me for now, so I don't retaliate. I don't know, because at the same time, I still feel like he has been purposely poking us to try to get a reaction. And then of course today, like, I'm so sorry guys for this book I did. By the way, have you changed your mind? Like,
does he really think head heirs, not even the current rulers of their court, should or can be making those decisions? It's not like you could go back to court and just grab all of our knights and magic knights and march up to Cerulean to assist in a battle for succession to dethrone their Grand Duke.
Yeah, and I don't know. But I'm like, what do you say? He's not really expecting it to be like a fight or whatever thing. I think it's just to corner him. I don't know necessarily what his goal is. But no matter what, if I were to outwardly voice ire against the Grand Duke, and he chooses to take it out on Solmera, we border them. We have a lot of water in our territory. We're next to an ocean, and then we have rivers and lakes that are tied to it. We are the easiest region for Cerulean specifically to invade. Bloodwind, I'm sure they have more area spread out, but I know from our visits, it's always cold there, and I believe they're higher up in altitude. So that's harder for sea monsters to navigate without potions. And then obviously, Cinderloon, demons don't like water. I don't imagine they have much water there. So if the Grand Duke sees an alliance between the courts forming, if he's going to attack a foreign court, it's going to be ours.
Which you're not a fan of.
No. And I ended up just laying that out very clearly to him because, like, no, I'm not signing off on anything of this nature.
We don't really want war. I don't think we're interested in anything of that.
We don't. We protect our own. We protect our territory. I said we do have a Cribden branch staying in Solmera. So something of that nature, I directed this to Mirelle. So something of that nature, I likely, like, I contacts and everything included, but likely would be able to approve. But that's a citizen moving to a different territory. That is not the soul agreeing to back an heir wanting to punish her father for being violent.
Which he's done terrible things. But we can't interfere with that. They have to do that themselves.
And honestly, it's a good stepping stone for the Crown Duchess to grow her influence and to gain the experience.
Because I'm sure not all of the citizens agree to the kind of violence I'd hope they wouldn't agree to the violence he's doing. So that'd be a good step of gathering support.
Like, I don't know. She mentioned that her father's trying to force her to come home on a previous discussion. And I agreed, like, her best odds right now currently is likely not to return home. Because she's in the competition for the crown, in all honesty. I think her court would best benefit. Her court's best option right now, I think, is her winning. Because then she does have the power to just say no and dethrone her father. However, if she isn't with the main and last, the other option is I would say yes, go home, but don't go home to your father. Go home to nobles you trust and gather the backing of different noble houses. She needs to, if she wants to overthrow her father and punish him for his actions, she needs to lead the charge for it. And if other courts are backing her and not her own court is backing her, then she's gonna...
It's gonna lead to more problems.
Yes, because if her court doesn't approve of him being removed and she just removes him through the help of outside sources, her court's not going to like her. Yeah. So she needs to work on gathering allies within her own court, so when she does ascend the title of Crown Duchess, or ascend Grand Duchess, that they will respect her as a ruler and listen to her. Because they're not going to listen to someone who relies on foreign aid to get her spot.
Which I hope she does that. As for her own court, to be honest, at this point.
Like... If, I don't know.
Courts are really... They just... Especially right now, they seem too unstable. In regards, especially to gaining the crown and the ruling over all of the courts. They are so unstable.
And I mean, there only became, like, Court Cerulean when the Thorn Concord came into existence, no? So that was around 300 years ago? So that has only been, like, 3 to 4 generations. And if they're this unstable now, I think they're going to continue to be unstable. So if she were to, like, I feel like in the future, whoever wins the crown, that eventually Court Cerulean is likely to fracture because they were all different. Like at the Tea Party, how we learned, they were all different cultures. They have different cultural beliefs. They are not a very unified front as is. Which
I feel like they could almost, gain from having a third party in, like, a ruler of the kingdom overseeing, not overseeing them, but being able to go to them.
Yes, and
like working out those issues instead of having like, just infighting, really.
yes. And like on regards to them like splitting and fracturing currently, like there was mention of fringe courts. that sounds like the perfect opportunity to go appease these French courts and get their backing to overthrow your father. Like, gathering her own allies within her own court, because her court are the ones that she needs to respect and listen to her.
Her court's opinion should be the most important right now. And their opinion and agreement with her.
I think she's also trying to think of safety of her court members, I suppose, and that's why she might be seeking foreign aid, is if other people deal with it, she can protect her own better. But ultimately, I think that is just going to spell out more problems for her in the future and ultimately cost her more people in the future.
I think what could be good in terms of other courts is going to them with the request of sheltering certain, like, if she's very worried about her friends, for example, like getting the ability for those people to have their houses temporarily moved to a different court where they could be safe. Like how we have it with some of the cryptons. Well, how you had it.
Yes, and admittedly, like, we do benefit from having the cryptons there. They're located in Dawnmill, and they are, it's Della's business. They're running a business for her, so we are getting taxes from it. We are making money. So we are greatly benefiting from that. And I'm not saying that to take someone in that they have to be of benefit, but it's more so saying that taking someone in might also benefit us. Like, it stands to do so. So I'm not overly opposed to it, because ultimately we do take them in and they do, and Cerulean does try our borders, then we do have justified reason to have a territory dispute. What we don't have a justified reason to do right now to have a territory dispute and to fight back is affecting their line of succession.
There's just a lot going on with them.
I've been very politics brain lately. I haven't gotten a chance to just turn my brain off.
Oh. I could give you news far away from politics.
Sure.
So, somewhat recently, me and Pax went on a date.
Oh?
And we don't have a time set yet. We're gonna go on a second one.
That's exciting.
So I think that's going well.
I'm glad.
Just yay.
If he mistreats you, do inform me. I will be hostile.
I highly doubt it. He's very, very nice and very good to me.
Sorry, I just remembered the comment he made to you when he didn't realize people could hear him.
See, the funny thing about that one was earlier, before I came to join you all up there, I was on the other side of that wall eavesdropping a bit because I was curious. Because earlier I'd walked just past on a different, like, on the way to the shops and realized I could hear. And I didn't even realize. She took me down there. And it would be the same thing.
It was cute. I'm glad that it is a genuine enjoyment. I don't know how I feel about the prince.
Nice.
That was a night in general. I want Daphne off pain medication.
Truly. It's an experience to see her on them.
Speaking of Daphne, you do need to see what she wants. What did she say to me? She said I must find a way to earn points. Also, I need your help. Are you near the school? And I said help with. I'm in a meeting with Tavali and said I can talk later. Or she said we can talk later.
I think she should worry about gaining points once she's released from Med Bay.
She was also missiving the headmaster when I was in a meeting with him.
Oh.
He was like, sorry, Daphne is missiving me. And
Oh. Did he say about what?
I think points.
Oh.
So she just has a sudden motivation to earn points, I guess.
Good. Bad timing. Purely in the still being confined to Med Bay. Well, supposed to be confined to Med Bay.
I'm actually asking right now, are you about Med Bay? And we're going to see what her response is. Oh, she hasn't seen me with me being blonde yet either.
Oh.
She's on a walk with Felix. They're near the library. Would you like to meet up with them? I don't know what she wants to talk to me about.
Oh, yeah, we can. I do really think the blonde hair suits you a lot. It's really pretty.
Thank you. I think it fits the soul title a bit more.
Oh, I do miss the purple eyes, though. It's strange to see you without them. We no longer match.
I'm sorry. We didn't match when you took it either.
True, true.
Okay, there is a group at the library, is what she's saying. And she said, do be warned.
Oh. Oh, warned? Who makes the group?
I don't know. We'll just have to see, I suppose, when we arrive. How was mob studies, by the way? I imagine you went because you're in uniform.
It was pretty okay. We pretty much just presented the homework, and the person that prepared the homework, which is 10 different potions, and the professor each took one of their own to test how it worked, like if it worked and how it tasted.
Interesting. The group isn't that large. I've been in larger. Oh, they're throwing snowballs.
Oh, I see.
Am I not in your vision? Where'd you go?
Oh, I'm right behind you.
So you turned around and like started looking all around. I was like, am I not visible?
The world.
Oh,
Is the pixie in the room with us?
Pixie.
A bit aggressive there.
Sorry, I was really excited.
That was really successful. You just hit me.
Hello.
greetings.
You know, you are looking a lot like your father today.
I am.
You are indeed. You know, it doesn't look bad. It honestly suits you.
You look fab.
I said the same thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Slay.
Oh my gosh, you think we can pass as twins now?
Like the cart or...
People can reasonably
Something.
confuse us currently.
The eyes, the eyes.
Like, huh? What,
Yeah,
like the
Cass-
what?
Yeah.
Cass now
Like
has an
slaying a
excuse to
mob.
confuse us. Before, I don't know how
Oh.
she did.
No, like slaying the opinions of others because you look just too good.
Yeah.
Wait, Silas,
Mhm.
Oh, wait, do you
I want
mind-
to see you.
Do you mind
I'm
stepping
learning more
right
from
here?
Anne from you.
Just a
you have
moment.
one. Okay, wait, I want to see you with it on.
Let's
Well,
see.
I wanna
knowing
see.
entity of.
Oh, it really
I
suits you.
know. I
It
know
really
everything.
suits you.
Okay,
That
but
looks
you know,
good.
something
One
I don't know
moment.
what you don't know.
Celica said it doesn't suit me. Could you
It
say that
really
again,
does.
please?
There we
No, no,
are.
it looks
You
really
look
good.
great.
I don't know why, but it really suits
Oh my
you.
god, wait.
Celica said
Twin.
it doesn't suit me at all because I have a baby face.
You do a bit, though. You probably could grow one.
It doesn't not
You
suit
look-
you.
Like a 19-year-old trying to pass off as a
Might
14-year-old.
work better.
I'm sorry.
Who just? Someone just.
Was that a missile you just had?
Wait, no.
Did you
It's like,
see
you
a
know,
vampire just
when you
fly
have to
past
dress
you?
up and trying to get like in a, I don't know, a play or something.
But if I'm 19, then I wouldn't wear a mustache to pretend to be 14. If I was 14, I'd wear a mustache.
No. To pass off as 40.
Oh, 40. They said 14.
No, that would be awkward.
What 14-year-old has a voluptuous mustache?
Oh, you just haven't seen them yet. You
No.
haven't seen
You'd
them.
be surprised, but I have seen some things.
What?
Really?
You've seen the thing?
You've
I've seen a lot of things. I've seen things. How do you see 14-year-olds with big mustaches, or is this like
I have in the
one-time thing?
past. I have seen one in the past.
Okay, I was about to say, if you said
Was
it
it yourself?
often, I'd be concerned.
No.
I think it was. I think it was.
I think it would fit you.
I like the pink mustache a lot.
Thank you.
Yes, it suits you very well.
Thank you. This was
Now I
special
know-
ordered.
Earlier when Riley was talking about having the pink mustache originally.
Sophia, hi.
Oh. I don't think they want to talk to us. Oh, no,
Oh.
they do. Yay!
No, I told her I was over here.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, look,
I
it's,
like
it's
it.
the whole
You
gang.
do look like the Monopoly Man.
Oh,
You really do.
Someone said
Doesn't really need a space. I don't fully remember what I was going to say. I was going to ask you for some pictures, if I can take some pictures of you.
Oh, and that's what you just did, didn't you?
Though I did want to get more.
For a certain birthday gift.
No, why would I ever?
Uh-huh.
Possibly. But no, why would I ever?
Oh, why would you ever?
Why would I ever? Listen, I'm just saying, a few good pictures I feel like would be a very good gift.
If we want to go to the botany club area and take photos there real quick.
I was going to say there.
I've been in meetings all day. Every time one ends, I go meet with another person.
Sounds like you've had a very busy day. Yes, I have not really done much. I went on a little bit of a walk with Felix, and then returned back to the med bay, and then went on a little bit of a walk again, and now we are here. Ah, your beauty. It's so radiant, Katarina.
Glowing today with the blonde hair.
You are. Ooh, this is a nice background. Okay. Let's see, what else? What else can we do? Oh, you don't have a picnic blanket over here. Would you be willing to take a quick trip to the festival grounds?
I suppose we can.
Okay, very quick, very quick. I have stones.
I assume the farm teleportation.
That could work, yes. Oh yes, did you see the bruises look a lot better too?
Yes, it seems they're walking quite fine.
It has been better. The bruises are not as bad.
That is good. We do need to fix your medbay room before you vacate it.
Yes,
to be back
I
to-
am fully aware of doing that, and I plan to do that. It's just, I knew that if anyone did walk on it, they would be less mad because it doesn't look like a disaster zone. Though I am going to fix it before I have to leave.
Yeah, the headmaster made sure to mention that it should be fixed.
Oh yes, it will be.
Someone's been here. It just says Waystone. I have no idea where this goes.
Oh, can I open my bag, please? There we are. There is that and that. Oh,
The
apologies,
world.
I clicked it at the same time. Okay, I'm sure we can find places that are good. This place is beautiful after all, so should not be hard. Shall we go? Where shall we go? Maybe... Over here. Ooh. Sit. Apologies, I'm going to do this very quickly. Could you sit right there? Stunning, beautiful, beautiful model. Okay. I should probably fix that. Okay. I will have you know that this place has gotten more use than just the festival, so that is very good.
That's good. I came here with the prince again, hoping to amend the memory, and unfortunately, the entire time we were here, I was only thinking about how upset I was from Valentine's Day, so it did not work.
That's quite sad. Maybe in here? Nope. Ooh, this is a good spot here. There we are. Katarina exclusive photos.
Can sell it at the fan club as well.
At the fan club, exactly. Oh, there's this picnic spot over here. You know, Felix and I had a date over here not that long ago, hence the plates. Here, let me move this. All right, how much film do I have left? Not that many. All right. Where shall we go next? I think there's some ponds over there, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Apologies, I am trying to be as quick as possible.
That's appreciated. I am exhausted.
I know there is a pond over this way. Oh, this one seems cute, yes.
Perhaps just here to me standing.
Oh, this is good. Oh my gosh, Katarina, you are a natural. They should have you on the cover of, I don't know, cover of something. All right. And I should only have 2 more to do, or 2 more places to go to. Also grabbing the warp stone so I don't have to do that here in a bit. All right. Isn't there a place up there we might be able to go to?
Yes. There is the seating, or there's the pig here.
Oh, right there. That looks fine. Let's see. There and there we are. All right, one more spot. Surely there's one super close. We could do the picnic blanket, just so we can wrap it up.
Do it by the lantern so I'm glowing.
You are glowing all the time. Oh, hello. There we are. Oh my goodness. Hello, my camera. There we are. All right. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Your payment for being such an amazing model.
Thank you.
I actually might have a waystone to the dorms if it's quicker for you, if you'd like
that
to.
would be nice. I also have waystones to the folk dorm too.
Let me see. I know I have one. Where is it at, though? Okay, it appears as though I don't have one, so if you have one, that would be great.
I do.
Either I have one and it is not properly labeled, or I just don't have one. I feel like it might be the first thing, though, that I just did not properly label it. Oh yes, what costume are you going as tomorrow?
Like I mentioned the other day, I'm probably gonna go fairy. I think I have a gown in mind.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I figured something out for Felix and I have an idea for my solo one.
Let's see.
Yep.
Sorry, I was grabbing out Earth Decor as well.
That is fine. Okay.
Okay, make sure
Well,
you
make
return to the group since you're not properly relieved from medbay yet. I'm going to missive and make sure you get there.
All right. Will do. Why is this randomly here? I did notice that. I believe one of the days I saw this blown up a bit.
Oh, interesting. Probably a creeper shard in all honesty.
A creeper. Oh, those. You know, Lizzaylia really enjoys that
They're
for some reason.
banned from school grounds, and I'm probably going to confiscate them.
Yes, I have not been very fond of them, so.
Yes, farewell, get back safe.
All right.